So welcome. We had too many sessions. We're just getting into this campaign. The Emberborn League has been investigating the mountains near Boba for the last several months. They have recently uncovered ruins that they believe were an ancient temple to one of the old gods. The Emberheart Traders have hired local adventurers to keep the local wildlife and bandits at bay, while other groups continue in surveying the mountains. Saphi, Emberly, and Forest heard noises within the forest en route to the encampment as they made their way through the forest. The party was attacked by a group of skeletons. Richter, Hex, and Felyn discovered corpses of two members of the City Watch on one of the forest paths. Upon further investigation, they also found a dead bandit nearby that was seemingly killed by powerful magic. And we're going to start with that second group. We just had it. I want to make sure that this is the right one. There we go. Activate. And if I remember right, did you guys heal that bandit?
He was dead as a doorknob.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was wondering why he is dead as a doorknob now. Okay.
We did not kill him.
You guys did do it. Oh yeah, he was dead as a doorknob because when you guys did your checks on him, you realized that he was basically force damage from the inside out is what it kind of seemed like when you guys did the investigation on him. The other thing you guys noticed is you guys did notice a path. Looked like something was drug farther to the east. So with that, we will go ahead and begin our session. You guys are free to tell me what you want to do.
Well, Hex is still shaking his hands off. There's a little bit of bandit still on him here and there from his own investigations. And Felyn had spotted the path about the same time he did. And he'll glance over and he'll go, "What is it that you've noticed?"
There's something over here. It's making a hissy noise.
Well, as long as it's not low chanting and finger waggling, you should be fine. Maybe another rattlesnake?
Well, the other thing you noticed, it looked like something was dragged along that pathway, besides the footprints you saw.
We got drag marks, Hex.
2 dead guards, a dead bandit, and drag marks. Well, we said we'd go look. Let's go look.
Okay.
He'll stand up and dust himself off and move up with Felyn. And he'll just get his shield and his mace ready to go as he shakes himself loose a little bit.
Okay.
He'll look over his shoulder and he'll go, "You coming?"
Yeah. I'm following. Richter trying to make sure he's the least noticeable of the entire group.
As you guys get underneath that tree, you guys see a cave. Can't quite tell how deep that cave goes in front of you, but you do see a cave in front of you to the west.
Hex is gonna look at the cave and Felyn, and he'll just shrug and run his hand over the front of his shield really quick and speak the words to a well-known spell that just about everybody who has magic knows, and that will begin to shed a pretty bright light.
And I'm going to do a quick check. You're not sensing anything at your... Oh, you're doing light? Okay, got it. Thought you were going to do detect magic.
Nope.
That cave appears to only go back a couple feet before it looks like it curves off to the left inside, maybe opens up a little bit further inside.
Gotcha.
Would I recognize any of, like, the entrance to the cave like anything not like any animals I might have heard of?
You don't see any animal stuff. It looks like this is more. There could have been animals a long time ago. It more appears like there's been enough humanoid activity around here to scare the animals off.
Okay.
With that bright light that you both have on you, you can kind of see inside the cave. Inside the cave, you see a big burlap sack that's kind of moving inside there.
Hex will look over at Felyn and raise an eyebrow and give kind of a half smile. He goes, "No."
And she'll chuckle. You've got to be kidding me.
You want this one? You agreed to take the job.
Fine, I'll do it.
Okay,
Come on, bub.
as you get in the cave, there is definitely a smaller humanoid figure inside a burlap sack that's tied at the top. It's wiggling around. You want to drag it out?
Can I whoop it?
You want to whip it?
No.
I think they said
Pull
whoop
it out.
Oh.
Pull it out.
So you pull it out. Are you going to open the sack?
Yeah.
You open the sack, and you have yourself, just a second, let me pull up his full artwork. Out pops a skinny young dwarf, wearing the livery of an alkalite or a cleric to Aron, the sun god. Thank you. They got my guards.
Who are you?
Sorry. My name is Doran Stonefist. I work for the excavation.
Calm down, Doran. Answer the questions.
Okay. What do you want to know?
Who put you in the sack?
The guy wearing all black. There was two of them. There was a guy wearing like a green cape and a guy all in black that put me in the sack.
How many are there?
There were two that attacked the guards.
Which direction did they go?
I don't know. I was thumped into the sack and been in the cave.
We're here looking for a lost adventuring party. Have you seen them?
No.
What were you doing so far out, Mr. Stonefist?
The City Watch was escorting me back to Boba from the encampment. Then we got ambushed.
How many guards did you have?
2.
Probably the ones back where we came from, Hex.
No, I know. But if he'd have said 3 or 4, I'd either be more worried or inclined to hit him with a mace.
You'll do no such thing.
I'm not. So, we're missing a figure all in black.
So go ahead and I'm going to click that, and I'll see what we got. Yes. Well, it says you don't remember anything, but yes, you do remember something. So I'm going to click on Richter really quick. There is a bandit group whose leaders all wear black. They are called So you do remember there's a bandit group in these isles that's called the Red Runners, and it's rumored that their leaders all wear black. We're all black.
Okay. I'd bring the attention. Most likely, Red Runner leadership got him.
The body we found back in the bushes was wearing a Red Runner's sash.
And Richter, you would know that is the mark of the Red Runners. That's their basically gang symbol.
Yeah, I'm just more bringing to attention that higher ups are the ones who dealt with this gentleman, not just the low obese.
And it's at this time that you start to hear the sounds of battle and the chittering of sounds like branches knocking against each other just above the hill to your east.
Hex?
Hex will look at Doran, and he has several things that he'll save for later as he just slaps him on the arm and he says, "Stay next to our friend back there, the smaller one. Felyn, let's go see what that is."
Yep.
You gotta be kidding me.
Not at all. If you want us to guard you, you need to stay with us and keep up.
Okay, that being said, do this. You guys go up the hill. And I am going to do this. I'm going to right click. I'm going to do that. I'm going to activate a scene. If it's going to let me. It may not because of that combat carousel. Well, I'm going to end the encounter. I'll do it this way. We're going to go right click this. I'm going to activate the scene and then put you into combat. And right click, go. So I would like everybody to roll initiative.
Would I use stealth since I've been trying to stay stealthy, or?
Yeah, you guys that would be trying to stay stealthy, except for the ones that were already in battle with the skeletons, can roll stealth.
How do I make it use stealth?
So if you click the little Qbert 3 boxes by your HUD that says extras, you can change perception to stealth there, or you can do it from your character sheet.
Okay, thank you, I found it.
Okay.
Wait, it's still trying to make me use perception.
So...
oh, I fixed it. I'm stupid.
Okay. I will roll for Saphi. And then I'm going to go ahead and click begin. So what we've got here is your group that just came up the hill came in from the west. As you pop over the top of the hill, you see several skeletons in front of you. The bigger ones have glaives, yet the smaller ones have short swords. And you hear some people battling them to the east of you also. It's like you've got a bunch of skeletons in between your two groups. And with that being said, it is Saphi's turn. Since I don't know what Saphi has, I will, let me click off, click Saphi. Saphi is going to try to devise a stratagem. Except I need to select a token, don't I? Think. So I need to turn off that auto zoom. So Saphi is going to target the one that's underneath the tree to the north of her. And she is going to roll a d20. I don't know how they do it. So her character sheet's in the way. I'm sorry. Oh, I just drag it on her. And she got an 8, which she doesn't like. So she is going to attempt a recall knowledge on that skeleton.
Hey, Mr. D, just let you know, you put the effect of sitting on Emberly, not on Saphi.
Ah, well.
I know all us gnomes look alike.
There we go. That's even worse for her, but I wasn't going to let her use it anyway. But she is going to... there we go. Helps if I have the right person selected. There we go. Skeleton guard. Okay, so she did find out some information about that wonderful skeleton guard, and that's going to end her turn, and I'll put that in the book in a second. So it's a skeletal guard's turn, which is near to the west. He is going to roll. "55 feet away." He is actually going to swap to his longbow, targeting forest with a longbow strike. He had half cover, so he would have missed. Even though it said hit, I didn't apply the cover to you. So that is the end of that skeletal guard's turn. Forest, you're up while I work on the recall knowledge.
Alright. Forrest is just gonna yell out, "Back, you foul beast!" and just start throwing his hammer at him.
That hammer hits. Boom, boom. Pummeling it to the ground.
And then he's gonna sudden charge to the one north of him to try to save Saphi from anything.
Okay.
Oh, it's saying it's not my turn, so I can't
I know
move.
why. I gotta advance it back again because you killed the guy. Go ahead.
He's gonna throw another one.
Okay. Boom. And barely missed.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Felyn, you see 4 skeletons in the clearing about 40 to 50 feet away from you. They all seem to have their attention facing the east currently.
I will move up here, and I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay, your voice is kind of low, and I've got you cranked as high as I can.
Better?
A little bit. Make sure you target everything you want to hit with that. Don't worry about
How do you
that.
multi-target again?
Shift T or right click on it and click the concentric circles.
Okay, I got it.
Go ahead and repost that can. So you've got that one and that one. I'm going to go ahead and save. And save. Go ahead and click your damage buttons. They both failed.
Mr. T, I don't know if this makes a difference. Normally, it makes it if they roll the damage first, and then you roll the saves. Then we'll be able to see in the chat. It'll show what their save was.
Okay. I'm going to say that they both failed because they did. I'm not going to roll the save again.
It showed me what their save was.
Yeah,
you didn't
I
see
saw
it?
the save.
No, so you did a save up there, but normally, like if you're multi-targeting like that, if they roll the damage first, see how it shows under the damage. It shows guard and soldier in the card of where the damage is.
Yeah.
It'll indicate where that little question mark is. It'll be like green, blue, red, whatever, depending on their save.
And is there a reason why I have 2 damages in chat?
I just failed it twice.
Okay, you don't
targets.
need to roll it twice. I'll
Okay.
take the highest one there, and I'll delete the other one out of chat. I'm going to say they failed the saves. So you did hit both of them. The skeletal guard, the skeletal guards seem not to take as much damage as... Well, neither of them took as much damage as you would have expected them to take from your electricity.
And Richter, you'll see if you have the bestiary open for combat and pick on those, you'll notice that they have resistance to lightning in there.
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay, so you moved and you did your action. That would bring us up to Emberly.
Okay, so Emberly, seeing that we had a little bit of a struggle trying to hit these targets, she's going to take her holy symbol and raise that as she casts a spell.
Okay.
And so she's going to cast Black, drag that aura onto her. So that is 2 actions. So that should... I'm not sure why that's not getting the guy behind. Maybe he's not a ally. So that was 2 action.
Let me party save. I will give him the bless effect if he uses it.
Okay, I'm gonna move closer to 4 so that he gets in range of it. So with my 3rd action, I'm gonna stride.
Okay.
To here, so that should give him the effect. So that is my 3 action. And then I will end my turn up here.
That brings us up to this other skeletal guard that realized it just got thumped by electricity from somewhere. And it turns around towards you with its Felyn with its bow. And it will try to make a couple swings, strikes at you. It missed with the first one. Missed with the second one. And with the second one, its bowstring snapped. So it has an unusable bow. That brings us up to Richter.
Alrighty. Seeing that, based on the fact that the electricity wasn't as effective, I'm gonna try something trying to play a bit smarter, and I'm gonna just sort of poke. What's your character name? Hex for short.
That's his name.
Okay. Let's give you a. I'm just going to try this. Where is that? Sorry, still getting used to navigating all this. I'm gonna be like, hey, you should probably hit that guy hard.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, what was that action? And then just, if possible, just trying to stay between anyone and... I'm going to stride over to the tree to get cover.
Okay.
It's hard for me to tell specific... Oh, there we go. Let's see, 1, 2...
So if you
leave to here?
Yeah, if you control and then drag the direction you want to go, it'll start showing you the...
Okay. That is much more
you the
convenient.
path.
Yeah, so I'll use my...
If you can click and then do another, type of thing. Yeah, so there's your...
Okay, yeah. And then do the... Is it the hide or the cover action? I'm trying to just take cover behind the tree.
I would do the hide action.
Okay, where is the skills and then hide? Damn it, roll it. There.
And then depending upon what you get is whether or not I will apply the cover if somebody attacks you.
Completely reasonable.
Yeah. And that would be your turn?
Yep.
So next up is one of our skeletons. Let's see which one it is. Oh, no, it's the guard. So the guard is going to... knowing that the crossbow was not working, he is going to... he has that much. And who's up there? That's Forest up there. He is going to try to flank with Forest, taking 2 of his actions. And with his third action, he is going to be using his club on the skeleton. Hitting it. Yes, you are just a tree, Richter. I don't know why it went in twice.
I only see the damage once.
What am I seeing?
Same.
He did an attack for 17 and 8 for damage. Is what I'm seeing in the chat.
Never mind. I had it used to combine the cards. I had it not combine the cards. So the skeletal guard is destroyed with that guard's hit. So that will take us to... guard finished his turn. It is now Doran's turn. He is going to take an action of what he saw from the other side of the field. He's going to make a short step. Then he is going to cast Bless. And that gives it on there and gives it on there. Okay. That is going to end his turn. Bringing us up to a skeleton. Sorry. Skeletal guard. 1d2. It is going to head towards the left. And it has 25 feet of movement, so it is going to use it and make one swing with the sword. Hitting. Ouch. Felyn, go ahead and take that damage. Okay, that is that skeletal's turn. This skeletal guard definitely is going towards Felyn. But can he reach? Let me he's going to take 2 actions getting to there. And doesn't have anything left to use. We are now at the skeletal soldier that's in the middle of the field. He is going to go up towards Forest, targeting Forest with a swipe. Hitting. With an ouch. Go ahead and take that, Forest. That will end his skeletal's turn. Bringing us up to Hex.
Let's see. 20, 25, 25. Move through ally spaces. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
He's going to stride once. He's going to turn and pivot. He's going to bring his mace down on the guard here. And then regardless of the success of that strike or not, he will turn and raise his shield,
Okay.
facing the rest of them. So let's get the strike out. We're going to hero point that since I've got it.
Crit.
Yeah.
That's what that hero point's for. Boom. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that skeleton anymore.
And as that mace just crushes down through the skull and the rib cage, he'll turn, throwing the bones with him as he does, and he'll get his shield up between him and the guards over here to the east.
Okay. Saphi is going to get rid of that. Saphi is blessed, so she is going to try to use that. Firing the arrow. Not doing any damage. Realizing that she's not doing any damage, she will grant, so guidance 30 feet. She is going to target Forest and cast guidance.
Just that the attack won't stack with my bless.
Oh, Okay. That's right, because they're both circumstance bonuses. She's just going to pout because she doesn't have anything that can hurt it right now. How about that?
Sounds good. She'll look at her bow and go, "Is this thing working?"
So that brings us up to the last skeletal soldier. He is going to head towards the left, and he sees Hex right within range. And then he is going to target and make a swipe at you. And he's going to miss. And in his turn. Brings us back to Forrest.
Forrest is going to shout out, "Look alive, ladies, we got some allies," and then strike at this skeleton.
Oh, definitely hitting it with your maul. See if you can crush 2. Boom. You took it was holding its glaive. You took off one of the arms that was holding the glaive. If it attacks with its glaive again, it will only do half damage. And cannot
All
crit.
right.
And missed.
I want to hero point that one.
Okay.
How do I hero point that?
Right click on the 13 in your chat log. And it should give
Yeah, it's not doing anything.
right click's not doing anything.
No.
You want me to
You
go
have a
ahead and
hero
right
point.
click for and do it for you?
Sure.
So reroll using a hero point. You rolled a little bit lower.
All right. I guess I'll just crit fish. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Felyn.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay. Make sure that you target everyone that you want to do, and then go ahead and roll your damage. I'm not going to give you any blockage with that one. So boom, boom, and boom. And you destroyed one of the skeletal guards. And I'll take it back to your turn.
Yep.
Anything else? Oh, you did the 3, so nope. That would be it for you. Emberly.
She's gonna grasp her holy symbol a little bit more and concentrate and expand the bless with a sustain.
Okay.
That pushes it out to 25 feet for one action. I will stride next to Forrest for a second action.
Go ahead and you should have the option to it does say 25 feet on it. Never mind.
Yeah, I just clicked it.
Okay.
And with my third action, I'm going to target him, and I would like to battle medicine him.
Okay.
Do you want me to use the basic action macro for that?
Basic action macro to treat wounds.
Okay.
Success. Nice little bit of healing. Forrest, go ahead and apply that healing.
And that are my 3 actions.
And see, and you've got the battle medicine immunity. That brings us up to this last skeletal soldier. He is being hit from the left-hand side, so he is going to come up here being dumb and mindless and just attack at Hex. Make sure the T worked. So that will be his turn after he rolls. He damages. Hex, are you going to use your shield block?
Yep.
Okay. Your shield completely absorbed the 3 damage. And that will be that skeletal's turn. Richter, you are up, Mr. Tree.
Alrighty. I don't got too much effectiveness here, but I might as well at least try something. There we go. Yeah, wrong button. Sorry, I don't know why it's being dumb. Oh, yeah, that's why I had to click. Sorry. So I'm just gonna. I know this probably won't be too effective based on what I saw previously, but I'm gonna try to. Oh wait, I gotta untarget someone really quick because that would be really awkward. Gonna just go with this. Roll damage. Sure. First.
Yep. Then I will do my saving throw. They both succeed. And neither of them take damage.
Okay, well, only one solution left for me now. Return to being tree. Just like leaning back across the tree.
Okay. That one's the dead one. I've got to figure out why it's not skipping. I got to change. Guard is up. The guard, seeing that there are no... there's one alive one. He will spend a movement to flank with Forest. Target. And strike with the club. Missing. So he'll swing back the other direction and hopefully hit. Ooh. Critically. I think that one's going to go bye-bye. Pummels that one to the ground. It just kind of falls to pieces. That was his 3 turns. Doran is going to do the same thing. Except it's not giving me the extend.
The buff that's on him, you would have to left click it. The one will say aura and the other one will say spell effect. The aura when you left click.
Okay, so let me give let's do this. He didn't get the aura, but I'm going to put that on him now. There we go. And I left click it. So that's what he is going to do. He extended it. Is there anything he can do? What does he have? Nope. He was told to stay next to the tree, so he is going to pretend to be a tree also. He's doing what he was told. He's a tree. Or at least he thinks he is, just like Richter. That one is dead.
They can't see the tree for the forest.
Yep. Hex.
Forest is over here.
Nice one. Ooh, nice one. Just like the other one, you've got one of the arms off of that the one you just hit, so it cannot make criticals against you. It only does half damage.
Yeah, he'll strike him, and then he'll turn to his right and strike again.
Okay.
And he'll miss, and then he'll turn back to his original target and swing a 3rd time. Ah, that's a shame.
Yep.
That's 3. Turns over.
And Saphi will pout. Instead, that one is on his last leg, is going to make the swipe at you. And take that 2.
Hex just kind of leans into the blow and smiles as the blood runs down the blade.
And that brings us to Forrest.
Forrest is gonna stride once and then sudden charge to move 70 feet
Okay.
towards that skeleton.
Hey, it's Forrest.
Hey, the drinking buddy's here.
And boom. Just a second. I need to do something really quick. I need to check something. Measure. You should have less. I'm looking at your hit. It wouldn't have affected the hit. So that would be the end of your turn. Taking us past the dead skeleton. Felyn, you're up.
All right. Felyn's gonna jump on the other side and flank that bottom one.
Okay. That's not a. You need to get right below it to be flanking. Yep. It's like Hex is the pivot man for the double flank.
Yep.
There's
Oh,
the
nice roll.
Nice.
So swinging with that bastard sword, does the crit do enough damage? Yes, it does. You have one more action.
I'm gonna force bolt it.
Okay.
Aw.
Killing it. And I believe that's all of them. I'm just going to do a quick check on hit points on them. And that is all of them. We're going to click end.
Thanks for showing up when you guys did. Holy shit.
How did you get wrapped up in this?
A little bit of a fun afternoon, I guess.
Please tell me they at least promised to pay you.
I guess these are my companions, Saphi and Emberly, 2 ladies that I met at the market.
Hex,
Are you sure you met them at the market, Forrest?
I have values of that of a noble gentleman, milady.
What I'm worried about.
Emberly will come up and introduce herself, and even though Forrest introduced her name, yes, I'm so glad to meet you. You've all been very helpful. Are any of you hurt? Do you need some medical attention?
I could use some.
Hex looks over at Felyn and he goes, "You let one of them hit you?"
Call it an experiment.
I taught you better than that.
So I'll come next to Felyn, and I will It'll take me about 10 minutes or though, but I'm gonna go ahead and start trying to treat wounds on her.
Okay.
The whole time you're doing that, Hex is just prodding her shield arm with his mace over and over again, going, "What's that big piece of metal for, huh?
Stop it.
Go on, tell me what it's for."
Stop it.
Kim, you didn't show up in chat. Did you guys see the heal in chat?
Yeah.
Go ahead and take the healing. I didn't. Okay, now I see it. I didn't see the action. I normally see the rolls in my GM chat. I didn't see it. I saw it in the streamer chat. Well, that 10 minutes is going on. Besides those doing the healing and being healed, is anybody else doing anything during that 10 minutes?
Hex is going to go ahead and pile up all the skeletons into one spot with the equipment, and he doesn't seem particularly motivated by what they have, but he's more looking for any similarities in something he may know that others might not, how old the equipment is, where it might have come from, because this is all very odd.
Okay.
Thank you, Emberly.
So pile all the skeletons. Any particular location?
Right there is fine, just past the trees in the clearing.
I'm gonna. Yeah, you already moved the time for it. Thank you.
So I'm not. I know nothing about the undead, but you think we should burn them?
I'll probably use. Sorry.
Emberly was just gonna say, well, I mean, there's nothing much to decay on them, and unless we know anything about them, like even that's even a proper ritual, I don't think it's worth it.
We can try.
Just crush the skulls into a soft powder and move on.
While they're doing that, I'm just going to try to make a positive impression on Doran since he seems important.
When we have another 10 minutes, I'll tend to Hex wounds if he needs it.
I don't think. Oh, he's scuffed. He's okay.
Okay.
Thorin goes, well, we encountered skeletons at the excavation. That's how they think. Well, from what I understand, that's how they knew where to start digging at the excavation site, was because there were skeletons there. It seems that they've been found near ancient temples and other ruins.
Are we anywhere near the digging site, or have these wandered far off course?
They're at least 2 hours away from the digging site, so there must be something around here.
Right. I'll go and look north. Felyn, do you want to check south?
I'm on it.
Yeah, if you have like if you want, I could start to see if there's anything magical in the area as you're searching.
Whatever you think is wise. We'll see what my eyes tell me.
So I'll follow along with I guess who's doing the searching?
Hex is going to search north. Felyn has agreed to help him search south, and everyone else
Can I
is up
use
to
a
their
hero
own
point on
initiative.
that?
Sure.
So Emberly will follow along with Hex and will be casting detect magic to see if she sees anything in the 30-foot radius as she's exploring with him.
Okay. You got the detect magic.
Yeah, do you want me to just put an emanation down, or do you?
Nope. You're. Yeah, I know what the 30 feet is, and I know what's around here. You are not sensing anything, but I'm missing tokens off of the screen. Where's Saphi? Oh, she's hidden behind a tree. Where is our wonderful cleric?
Doran?
We have 2. Which one? They're both north.
Cleric, Doran.
Oh, we have 3. Hot damn.
Oh, there he is. I thought that I thought that was one of you guys for a second.
I can see it.
Doesn't so Doran's going to stay next to Richter because that's what he was told to do. Down to the south. Felyn, before you, as you were heading to the south, actually, I would like Hex, Emberly, and Felyn all to roll a seek/perception check.
All right.
Okay, and again, it is okay. I am not seeing your rolls.
They're not showing up in the chat?
They are not showing up in my chat. I am going to do a Control F5 and let you guys try that again.
Okay.
So you guys may get booted for a second. I don't know if it does it when I do the reset. I see the secret roll showing up in my streamer chat, but I'm not seeing chat advance on the GM side. Would it be okay if it was the other way around? There we go. They just popped into my screen. I now can see what they were. So we don't have to reload them.
I'm going to reload my screen because every time I move the mouse, the map jumps around.
Okay. Emberly, as you were walking north, you transitioned from like this area to this area, and it felt weird to you. Almost like the ground is different.
As soon as I notice that, I'll sort of like bring it to Hex's attention. I'm like, oh, something feels odd here, and like point to the ground where she feels that it's like some kind of difference.
With a little bit of poking around, it's almost like this. I'm gonna get my wonderful pin out. It's almost like this transition line. On the northern side of it, it feels solid, like there's dirt and ground underneath it, and it feels squishy to the south of that line. It's like it's
Spongy.
It just feels different. It feels spongier.
Yeah, so she'll share that with Heck and then others as she comes closer to it, where she sees that transition, and she goes, "There's something odd about this center area here. It definitely feels different." And see what other people as she starts to look around.
I drag Doran back a bit just in case. Being like, let's take a few steps back.
Okay, so Doran will do what he's supposed to do.
I assume like it's this green, like mossy bit in the middle you're referring to?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
After 15 minutes or so of poking and prodding with knives, daggers, swords, whatever, you realize that the part south of that line, that mossy looking area, it's almost like peeling the moss and ivy off of a brick wall. Once you're able to get the transition piece, that whole section wants to come off. It's not rooted into the ground. It's actually just laying upon some stones.
Hex will whistle to Felyn to draw her back, assuming she hasn't found anything, and he's just going to start pulling and tearing and yanking.
Forest will help.
As you guys collectively do this, after an hour, you are able to uncover basically what appears to be like a 40-foot by 40-foot square of shaped stone rubble in the area that was covered up by this mossy stuff.
Can we do any kind of like recall knowledge to see like what type of structure this was, or get a feel for that?
Yes, I would like you to use make sure it's just you. Make sure that you have nothing selected, and then use the basic action macro recall knowledge.
Basic action recall.
I'm just seeking just to see if I see any symbols or anything.
Okay.
Well, Felyn, you're a lot smarter than I am.
I have no idea.
Emberly. Notice two things about this, Emberly. Let me go to the party sheet just to make sure. Nope. You notice one thing about this, Emberly. There are some engravings to Aron that represent Aron, the sun god, on here, but he does not seem to be the major focus of the engravings on the rubble that you're looking at. You don't recognize the other writing that's on there. It's in a language you don't understand.
She'll call that. She'll share that with others, and then mention that there's something else that she can't decipher, and ask if anyone else can understand what these symbols are.
Hex will come over and look. Felyn, how many languages do you speak? I can't remember. 5? 6?
As you're looking at it and you're pointing out the stuff that you saw, Emberly, Felyn, Saphi, and Doran all recognize the language as Dwarvish.
It's Dwarvish, Hex.
Oh, thank God for that.
I'm going to read it.
Look, I'll just say this. If I'm the only one who can read it, we are in deep shit.
The gist you can get out of it, that this area is the it's very Dwarvish related. You really can't tell just by the little bits of Dwarvish you see on there. You're just enough to know it's Dwarvish. You do see the Dwarvish word for king on some of the stuff, but you can't make out coherently what this is supposed to be about.
Something about being a king.
It does not appear that any of the rubble represents a statue or any of that. It's kind of hard to figure out what's up there.
Hey, Emberly, does this kind of fulfill our contract that we had to get paid, or what?
You just want to go get drunk.
So do I.
Nobody says no to an ale.
The guard that came with you guys said, well, full fulfillment would be actually trying to find some artifacts to bring back. Maybe we could dig around some more, see if there's anything.
Okay. Do you want us to do another seek kind of thing, or?
Nope, we're just going to say you guys spent another 30 minutes where the guard is standing. Some of the rubble's a lot looser in that area. And in another 30 minutes, you guys uncover a set of stairs that go down.
Well, once more into the breach, I guess.
Doran goes, but I'm supposed to go back to the city.
Mr. Stonefist, absolutely no one will judge you too harshly for staying up here in the sunlight. I, however, am going down the stairs with my companion. Felyn, shield up this time.
Working on it.
Well,
I swear to God, if there's spiders down there, I'm gonna freak the fuck out.
Oh, there's gonna be big ones, huge ones, with like 10 legs.
I hate you so much right now.
Yeah,
the
you
guard
do.
says that he will stay up with Doran, protecting the stairwell. So the remaining 6 of you going downstairs, or actually, Sophie will stay up with them too. Is that okay with you guys?
To make it easy on you.
Yeah.
That'll make it easy on me. So that set of stairs goes down. It appears to be about 5 feet wide. As you get further underneath, it widens out to being almost 20 feet wide. And it's fairly dark in there until you get past what appears to be some sort of grand column entrance. And as you guys step through that grand column entrance, I'm trying to get you into some semblance of a marching order in here. Some lights automatically illuminate in the hallway.
Felyn and Hex are both glowing, just as a reminder.
Okay, and let me make sure that I have redo Fog of War. Let me make sure that I have darkness turned all the way up. And the lights that are emitting from the 4 little alcoves on the left and right automatically lit as you stepped into this area.
Well, that's concerning.
Always like a warm welcome.
Well, assuming everyone survives this, we'll introduce ourselves properly at the tavern. But for now, while our lives hang in the balance, let's just settle with, it's nice to meet you, let's try not to die. Nice.
Question. The fuck you mean if we're gonna survive? You saying there's more undead down here?
Language. There's children present.
Would you say that Emberly like turns to you and goes, "We get that a lot, but I don't mind. Just don't fucking die." As she turns to to Forrest and tells him that.
As you take that step forward, Forrest, some more. Actually, you don't have a torch on you, right, Forrest?
I have a torch on me.
But
I
it's
just
not
don't
lit.
have it equipped.
Okay. As you step forward, more lights illuminate automatically.
Oh, Emberly's going to run forward to see if it turns on, and then she's going to run back and see if it turns off.
Hex will watch her do this and he'll quietly sigh and rub his forehead with a gauntleted hand before he just begins to mutter the words to an appropriate spell and make the gestures, and affixes a globe of light to each of you in turn, somewhere just behind your right shoulder. So it's not intrusive, but it is helpful.
Aww.
Thank you.
There we are. I won't lose track of any of you, and all of you can see.
Ah, you big old softy.
So, Forrest, to the south, you see 2 doors that are in front of you. You see passageways to the left and right, to the east and west, with more doors there.
Alright, guys. Options. Where do you want to go?
I've always heard left is always right.
Hex just looks at Felyn because he already knows that she's more than aware that if anyone asks him what to do, he's just going to start kicking doors.
And she slowly shakes her head.
He'll just laugh to himself.
Left it is then.
Let's do left.
So what did they agree to pay you to go tomb robbing?
I don't even know.
So, Forrest, as you step there, lights illuminate the rest of that hallway.
Okay, I swear to God, are you guys doing this?
No. But I will take a look at one of these lights. Maybe they're Everlight crystals. If they are, they're expensive. And he'll poke at one.
You poke at it. Seems similar to what you know from an Emberlight crystal. They are magically being illuminated.
He'll pop it off the wall.
You mean try to pop it off the wall?
I think that's just a question of how much effort I put into the action.
Yeah, or how long you spend.
It's a heavy mace.
Okay. The one that it's right next to you is the one you're popping off the wall?
Yeah.
Okay, it's popped off.
Does it stay lit?
No.
Answers that question.
I'd like to just like move between in like the wall and the hall, thinking, just sort of pointing out, I don't like the glowing red crystal at the end of this hall. I feel like there's a chance it's just going to shoot something at us.
Would you like me to find out?
As long as you don't hurt yourself. Unless that's what you're into.
So that's a door right in front of you. It opens easily. What you see in there appears to be a bathtub.
Anything interesting, Felyn?
Looks like some kind of bath.
Oh, you think we found living quarters? You said this was dwarvish, and we're underground. That would make sense.
Dwarves bathe?
See, now that's the part that confused me too. I thought they just drank.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him in a barrel of ale before.
I want to check this bookshelf.
Uh-oh, she's in there. She must be powdering her nose.
No, when Felyn goes missing, it's usually to raid a library or set something on fire.
I'm going to move you for just a second. That is not actually a bookshelf, it's a dresser. And basically linen and denim type cloth that's all threadbare because it's been sitting in there for you don't know how many years.
Gotcha.
Emberly, was it?
Yes.
How tired are you?
I'm not very tired. Why?
Just a question. You were involved in combat before we arrived. I don't know how much of your, I would assume, divine power you've expended as of today.
Well, I mean, I did ask for Serenori's blessing, and I did have to heal Forrest when he sort of rushed into battle there. But other than that, that's about all I've asked as far as her holy powers. How about yourself?
Felyn, you see a small chest at the end of the hall that you just opened that door to.
A small chest waiting just for me.
Hex will just shake his head and he goes, I'm fresh. No concerns there.
Oh, and just out of curiosity, I mean, who do you worship?
He just raises an eyebrow and he goes, do we know each other that well yet?
Well, maybe we'll get to know each other better, and then she'll just sort of like nod at you and say, may you have Serenway's blessing, and then she'll continue trying to figure out where Felyn ran off to.
Law guide your thoughts.
Oh,
Gosh.
Felyn,
That's unlucky for Forrest.
What did you find?
There's a chest at the end of this dormitory here.
Is it in your pockets now?
I don't trust it.
What, do you remember the last one that bit you?
I do, Hex. Thank you for reminding me.
I haven't laughed that hard in weeks.
Oh, yikes. Well, do we want to go check out this ominous chest?
I kind of want to badger Felyn into doing it again, but yes.
That's some kind of a challenge.
Absolutely.
Fine, I'll do it.
Forrest, let's wait here and make sure nobody interrupts or, kills everybody while we're missing.
my God,
Forrest
what are these,
goes,
like,
yep,
bedroom?
watch.
Do you want me to see if there's like a magical aura around it?
Yes, please.
All right, so I will cast some detect magic. See if there's anything I can sense in my 30-foot radius.
Yes.
There's
Every
definitely something
single
magical.
one of the lights in the hallway,
Oh, okay.
and something on the chest itself.
So I will point that out. I'm like, there's definitely something on that chest that's magical. Is it possible for me? I don't want to I don't want to open the chest, but I would like to see if I could try to read the aura of that magic and get a little bit more understanding of what that is. I don't know if I have to like touch it, or how do you want me to?
It's got a range of 30 feet.
Oh, then I'll do it from back here. I just don't know when we have to actually have a physical touch or not.
Let's see what we got. It's arcane in nature. You get a little bit of both enchantment and evocation if you were to go back to the old schools. But nothing. It's similar. Its sense is similar to what the lights sense as out in the hallway.
Okay, I will share that with Felyn and others in the room. But I'm like, I'd be very cautious. I don't know if that magic is beneficial or harmful.
Hex is just gonna look at Felyn and grin and like scoot his hands at her, like, go on.
And she gets stubborn and she steps forward into the stupid box and she kicks it.
As you kick the box, it starts to glow on top.
Fuck. I'm gonna run.
She goes diving back out of the room.
Run away! Do you see like magical numbers counting down?
Does she know numbers?
I don't know.
No, she doesn't. It just seems similarly lit to the end of the same red aura that's at the light that's at the end of the hallway. They both appear to be similar.
Oh, red light in the hallway.
Maybe you just bumped it and it turned on.
So what is this at the end of the hallway? Is this like a gem or something that's
Yeah, it's
encased?
a gem, but it's another light. Instead of being the yellow light coming out from the side of the hall, it's a red light. It's like one of the crystals that was broken.
I guess I want to examine that a little bit closer, to try to see if I can figure out what it's kind of. Is it just like a lighting mechanism, or is there something more? So is that like a recall knowledge, or is that
do
a different...
general recall knowledge?
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to go look to see what you rolled. It's a very convenient source of light. That's what you're able to figure out.
Okay. I will share that with them very confidently. It's a very colorful light source.
Felyn, do you know anything about all of this?
I'm trying.
I know you drink a lot, but you're still smarter than most of us. All of us, if I had to hazard a guess.
So, Felyn, go ahead and roll recall knowledge without anything selected or targeted from basic action macro. Felyn, you've heard about lights like this in the past. Pre-Rising, all of the temples and great works, Dwarven citadels, major temples, stuff like that. Anytime there were lights that anytime it sensed somebody's presence would turn on to light up the affected areas of the of those types of structures. So it would be common pre-rising to see automatic lights in something. So this area that you're in is at least 262 years old.
All right, so she looks at Hex and she says, if the texts and libraries are to be believed, pre-rising at least 260-something years ago, this is just a convenience for people. The rooms light up the closer you get to these rocks.
Well, do we want to see what's in the box?
I will open the box.
Maybe it's a fun box.
You open up the box, there is a folded up piece of paper in there. That's the only thing in the box.
I want to take the piece of paper out of it, but I don't read it. I stuff it in my pocket.
The piece of paper, I believe, is now in your inventory. Let me make sure. Yes, it is in your inventory.
Okay. I will read this later.
Hallway here.
All right. Well, we have lots of doors. How do we want to figure out which one? Do we want to start at the bottom or the top of the hall?
Well, Richter said one was locked.
I marked 2 that are locked.
2.
With my, Yeah, my little green. I have green chalk for this.
The secret lies with the gems. And she pulls that note out. Touch 5 gems to speak to the king. Descend the stairs to the temple maze. Now 6 gems to touch to activate the attunement room. Unlock the doors on the way. Enter the transport room in the north. To the library you will descend. Touch the blue to travel to the core. The ancestors beckon you once more.
Can you link that? Thank you very much.
Right, so unlocking doors first. Is anyone here particularly good at that?
No.
I got the bottom of my foot.
Well, Forrest there has a large hammer. I'm sure we could find a way through a door if it's made of wood.
I'm also looking at... So he can try force open. His disabled device isn't very good. Let me look at your party sheet. Yes, Saphi is very good at it.
Hex will walk up and drag her down here and set her in front of a door.
You set her right in front of that door right there.
Yes.
And she will...
Just handles her like a mannequin.
Yeah. So we brought her down. That's why she's in the party. Is because she
door
is
open.
good at door open. Where is the door open? Right here. And door does unlock.
I see a giant gemstone a bit at far into that room.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
It's a bit hard to see, though. Oh, at a distance.
Touch
So,
5 gems.
Hex, if you double click on that exclamation point, it will ask you a question.
Oh my god, he's alive.
Yep, Hex will just walk up and slap his hand down on it curiously.
Well, the note that you read said, touch 5 gems to speak to the king.
I suppose that's one. Somebody go touch the one in the hallway.
Okay,
That one
I
lit
will.
automatically.
Oh, darn.
She's
Maybe there's
gonna.
another one.
She is going to go ahead and try to pick this lock too while you guys are doing that stuff. And she succeeds at picking that lock. So she'll just stay behind you guys picking locks.
Really will open it and she'll say, yep, there's another one in here. Let me know when you want me to push it. She'll yell.
Right now.
All right. Do I double click it?
Yep.
Yes.
Was I supposed to have a light on me?
You did at one point. What happened?
I never got one.
Yeah, you did. Oh, no, you didn't. I gave one to Emberly, Felyn, Forest, and Hex. I can only maintain 4.
Okay. Guess I'll just take out a torche.
Who doesn't know the light cantrip?
Apparently me.
Well, let's do what the note said. I never question advice found on random pieces of paper in dark, secluded underground caverns.
Okay.
What about you, Felyn?
What about me?
Oh, you know, strange notes, empty boxes, the occasional subterranean bathtub.
You got me.
It's like our first date when you set my head on fire.
I still know the spell.
Okay. You've got
Well.
2 lit.
We got 3 more to go. Well, so 5 gems will speak to the king. Then we have to go down into some kind of maze, and then there's some 6 gems. So there's like several floors here that we're going to have to explore.
Well, don't get cold feet now.
Well, I'm ready. Should we go down the hall?
I apologize, guys. I had like a flashback to a childhood beating. What are we doing?
Did we not go down this hallway?
You
We
have
did
not
not,
gone
no.
down the hallway to the right yet.
So Emberly will.
But nobody went down the middle one where Richter is standing yet either.
Also, can you
Emberly-
can you turn the torch on for me, Mr. DM, sir?
Oh, yes, I can do that. We will. Open your character sheet. We will. I'm going to drag the... Let's see, where's your torch? Your torch is one-handed. Then I go to the action thing and click torch is lit. And your torch is lit.
Thank you.
Emberly will quickly bring Forrest up to speed that Felyn found a note in the chest that said, touch 5 gems to speak with the king, along with a bunch of other things. And we found a couple gems that we saw, and we're pushing them, and now we're trying to figure out where we want to go.
So, Forrest, you saw a big room. I mean, not Forrest, Richter. Big room.
Yeah, I'm backing away because that does not. But I feel that's not good. And as I tell the others,
If you want
big
to
empty
read-
room.
If you want to read the note, it's posted in loot in the session Discord.
All right, well, maybe it looks like we're getting the long halls first, checking all those doors.
Okay.
She'll call for the others to catch up.
If you have obscure questions about dead religions or languages, let me know. Until then, I'm hired muscle.
We got a T-shaped hall over here, upside down T, and that other door is locked.
She
And I
comes
assume this
over.
gem at the
Your tag along comes over. Which one do you want me to unlock? Got it. She will make an attempt at disabling
I can
a
give her-
device.
give her guidance too if she needs an extra bonus on that skill check.
She didn't do too well on the first attempt. She didn't break anything, but she would appreciate guidance on the next one.
Let me go ahead and pop that on her.
And she is able to get that one to open. Unlock.
And while that happens, I just tell the others. So this leads to like some stairs that go both left and right. I did not want to go further for obvious reasons.
There's 2 more gems in here. Who wants to push?
My hands work, so do Forrest's. Felyn, did you see anything?
Just a long, empty hallway.
Also a door.
Double left click it for us. That'll actually light it.
Some more stairs going down back here.
Okay.
So we need a 5th gem. We found 4.
Another locked door over here.
Oh, they're behind all the locked doors. This must be where the last one is.
So, Saphi gets over there. There is no lock on that door. You can't see a lock.
Oh.
It's totally different than the rest of them.
Can we search to find some other mechanism on it? Like a seek? See if there's like a hidden panel or something?
Sure, go ahead.
Do you want basic action macro seek?
Yep. Or you can just do a perception check, either one. No, I think everything, that door is flush with the surrounding area. It's no handle, no locking mechanism. You can tell it's a door because there is a hinge mechanism there, but you can't figure out what's up with it.
Hmm.
This is a big room.
So it sounds like Hex is in the big room that I think that was Richter bailed out of.
Yeah.
Where did the others go?
Hex will loudly cast Detect Magic.
How many of these crystal things have we already triggered? The last track.
4.
We've done 4 of the red ones.
Okay.
She'll start calling for Hex to see where he went.
The only magic that you detect are where 2 of those gem pillars that you in that radius are 2 of the gem pillars that you've already activated.
Got it. So it seems like a mundane room. Hey, Forrest, you find anything?
Damn thing.
Alright, well. Oh, look.
I see a red thing at the end.
Which
I've
was
got
just
it.
outside your 30-foot radius.
Yeah.
Hex will raise his shield and walk up and slap the button.
This room is empty. Totally empty. I mean, clean, totally empty.
That seems very bizarre. Like no tracks, no dust, nothing.
No tracks, no dust, not a thing.
Did the gem glow when Hex pushed it?
Did you double click it, Hex?
Not yet. I'm waiting for people to decide where they want to be.
I think I've decided to be in a good spot.
We're missing a couple others. Saphi, get in here. And where's the other one?
Okay, so Saphi is running. She's right next to Richter. All the way back in the main hallway.
Felyn, Forrest, Emberly, you ready?
I think so. We're just waiting for the other 2 to get here.
Saphi says ready.
attacks.
All right, let's
I'm
do it.
as ready as I can be.
And there we are. Maybe it was just an empty room. We're all too paranoid. We should drink more, eat less, and sleep better.
So Saphi goes back up to the main hallway. She's kind of intrigued that as people leave the main hallway, the lights turn off, and when people go back into different sections, they turn on. It's like, man, this is cool. Oh, did anybody try these doors?
I just like walk up curious, maybe they open, and then they do. This looks important. Or maybe it doesn't. I feel like giant circles in a chair are usually important.
So, Forrest, as you walk in, you see 5 lit gems in the walls.
This is utterly beautiful.
Hey,
You
somebody
actually
found
did.
my chair. I have been looking for that seat for years.
Okay, I'm pausing right now. As Felyn and Hex step on that central circle, you see the ghostly image of a female dwarf sitting on the throne. She looks out to you and goes, none of my chosen. Where are they? They're gone. Under attack. We are. Help. Clear the storerooms. Save the library. Then she disappears.
Well,
Yeah,
Felyn,
glad
it's
you
your favorite
could.
day. There's a library.
According to the note, we touched the 5 gems to speak with the king. I'm gonna guess the king's not available. So we met the queen. Now we descend the
But
stairs.
maybe they call them all kings. Maybe they're not sexist.
It wouldn't be. There's 2 separate terms for a reason.
Some societies don't really care about that.
Maybe it was always a patriarchy.
So, 5 glowing lights in this room. A throne that had a ghostly appearance on it.
Well, I would assume if the image showed up on the throne, then I would assume that's a king.
There is writing engraved on the throne.
I assume it's in Dwarvish.
It is in Dwarvish.
Friends. We're paused so nobody can move up to
Oh,
it.
sorry. Forgot about that. And who's one of our Dwarvish people?
Got it. It says squiggly line, and then like a box.
I thought
This
I
is
can't read Dwarvish.
this is why you can't win the tavern puzzles, Forrest.
No Elvish, I just don't know Dwarvish.
something ale, something gems.
So it says, Danny Heavy Striker, long may she reign.
Oh, thank you. So maybe that is our king. Well, so according to the notes, that's how we turned the 5 lights on and we got to speak to the ghostly image. Not that we actually got to talk to them, they sort of talked to us. The next thing was descend the stairs to the temple maze. So we should probably look around to see if there's any.
There were some stairs back in the right hallway.
Is there anything else we want to look at on the throne other than that was the writing that was there? Like, yeah,
Richter,
there's stairs
the
here.
chicken is investigating the stairs.
There's also stairs down here as well. Are these the same?
Yep. I can confirm these are 2 sets of stairs that seem to lead in the same direction. Unless some magic happens, but I can't control that.
Do both of these just like sort of they descend and then a platform and descend, or are they 2 different stairs?
They all lead to the same place. Wait,
Okay.
this looks like just a Mobius loop.
It is.
Okay.
Kind of. It is set up so that you do get back to the same location. You do have ups and downs, but that's not the stairs you were looking for.
Okay.
These are not the stairs you're looking for.
Well, I tried.
The cake is a lie.
Richter, that door is open.
Guys, Mystery door is open.
What's in?
A hallway.
Hex will look at Felyn and he goes, "They're kind of like puppies. Once they get over being afraid, they're excitable and they just run ahead."
Where is it?
Okay, I'm going to pause really quick. Forrest, you see a set of stairs heading downwards, and then it's going to curve back around and head back on itself. When you guys step on that thing right below the stairs, it's going to teleport you to a different map. So once you get to the new map, don't head back onto where you just got teleported to. Otherwise, you'll just bounce back and forth. Okay?
Done.
So I am... there's your motion. And you guys can all head down to the...
We at least one more armored person go in front of me.
I like watching you panic from the back.
one more armored person. Hex is going to stay behind. There's Hex.
Can't move through all the walls because...
There we go. Richter is teleported.
Yep.
Hex is teleported. And as soon as
Oh my-
Saphi gets there, she will teleport, and I will activate that scene. Everybody should be there. Should head to the left, and you will see paths. We're getting close to halfway. Can we take a quick 5-minute break so that I can let my dogs out?
Sure.
Sounds good.
Okay. I will be back in about 5. I'm going to go ahead and put my Be Right Back screen on for Twitch. Put my hand on. Let's go, puppies. Let's go outside. Ah. Ouch. There went my phone. Ow. Okay. So, Richter, what magic are you using?
Wait, what magic am I doing? What?
It says Richter. Oh, you resist the urge to use magic. Okay.
Yeah, I was more just like he was being sassy. I was being sassy back internally.
Okay.
Because I was ironically looking at my spells when he said, I was like, wait, how does he know I'm doing that?
If everybody just clicks the I'm back, even if you never left, so I can make sure everybody's here and we'll get going. Okay. Forest and Hex. So my dog was doing that Pavlovian thing where it knows what happens after each thing. I guess he just wanted a treat. He knows he always gets a treat when he comes back from being outside. He went pee for like half a second. Big dog went pee, but the little one didn't.
If it's any consolation, I peed.
Yep. Okay, we are all back.
Your wife finally let you out, huh?
So I'm gonna get the stairwell cleared a little bit. I think we can now have, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now we can see all 6 characters. Felyn, just make sure not to go up before you leave following Emberly. Gotta see what's on her. That's expired. Okay, Saphi's kind of following you guys into this little hole.
I'll thank you for the hero point.
Yep, it's that hour. I love that hero point handler. When I play live, I have to set an alarm clock. Well, I set a timer for an hour so I can just keep repeating it. Otherwise, I may forget.
Right.
Assuming we've gone down to the temple maze, we should be looking for 6 more gems to touch to activate the attunement room.
We don't even know what the attunement room is. It's quite the assumption. Like, do we want to activate the attunement room?
I've always dreamt of being attuned.
I will say there's a gem to the south of us.
I have had it.
Hex will sign. He'll go touch the gem.
Okay.
Clank, 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 slap.
As you step into that room should have lit up on the sides, but not the center yet.
I cannot double click this one.
Okay, let me see what's up there. Let me go here. Just a second. I'm going to drag something out of the way for a second. You can't double click that one. For some reason, that one may be broken. Let me do a quick count somewhere really quick. Yep. Let me see. Nope. Nothing happens when you touch that gem.
Well, looks like we're playing by different rules now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2. Yep. Nothing happened when you touch that gem. So, Felyn, you see a room with a bunch of levers inside of it.
Pull the lever, Kronk. Oh, another gem. Did you push that one, Felyn?
That one, you attempt to push it, nothing happens.
Emberly just sort of sighs. These are all broke.
Well, they called it a maze, which means by its very nature it's not straightforward and, I don't know, might be meant to kill us. God, I hope so. It's been a day. Felyn.
So as you're touching each of those as you're moving each of the levers, they glow slightly, and you're hearing something mechanical happen as you touch each of those.
Hex is just watching you with horror as you just flip each lever.
Well, I put the blue lights on because I couldn't tell. I tried to make the lever switch positions, and it was just causing me too many issues.
Well, that would be all 6.
Okay.
Hex just kind of braces like he's waiting for the end of days.
So you do see a door in front of you, and you do have that passageway up to the north from when you came in.
Well, it looks like we're committing to this direction. Let's keep going. Oh
Another
my
door.
god, doors upon doors. Welcome to Mordor.
Another door.
Welcome to Mordor. We have a buy 2 get 1 free deal.
So I'm going to drag her over.
Oh, it's a room with more doors in squares.
Well, the last time we stepped on an ornate pattern, a ghost yelled at us.
I'm gonna come over and step right here.
Doors. You step, okay, so I see Emberly said she's stepping there. Saphi will step right here. Boris steps there.
Does anybody want to get on the other square?
Felyn stepped there. And Richter is resisting the...
I don't think we have enough bodies.
And nothing happened when anybody stepped in any of those squares. It just seems like a nice little room. Maybe.
Well, this is no fun either.
Right? Everyone spread out, open everything, touch everything, flip all of the switches, and if it's alive, poke it, then talk to it, then hit it in that order.
Okay,
I mean,
open
we were
everything.
told to unlock the doors.
So Saphi will go up and attempt to unlock that door while you guys do whatever you want to do. She will disable a device.
Oh, normally you build a maze to
Can I get
protect
help
something.
again?
Sure.
No, you can't.
Well,
Because
no,
she's immune.
you've got immunity.
Maybe the power of heroism can help them.
Oh, she's got hero points.
Can we use the aid on her?
Yeah, you can. Wonder why it's not letting me as the DM roll the hero point. Maybe it's just some... There we go.
What kind of maze do you think this is, Felyn? To keep people out? Keep something in?
Confuse
So
people?
she fumbles around for like another minute or so, and she's finally able to get that lock open. It wasn't as easy as the ones downstairs.
It leads to another hall.
Do we want to do the locked one first? Or do the left side?
I can flip a coin.
Well, unlocked doors seem to give us good ideas. So let's go
Hex
there.
just starts walking.
Okay.
Alright, now it's a maze. Multiple turns. And he'll start to dig around in his pack.
I thought the trick with mazes is you just always hold the left wall.
That works great right up until the floor falls out or something tries to kill you.
You're not wrong, but it's an option.
One moment.
Ooh, you found a shiny. There's another shiny.
Hex will put a mark there in chalk.
I got what kind.
Alright.
Where the hell did everybody else go?
He'll put a mark here as well.
Ah, Emberly, I found a gem.
Oh, did it work? Is this one broken? She'll go
Yeah,
up to
no,
it.
that one.
The glowing?
I found.
All right,
This
so that's
one
the
works
first
too.
one. All right, so it's 2.
Mark
everybody
your dead
together?
ends.
This path pointing towards the right path leads back to the stairs. Haven't checked out this one yet.
Gems.
Okay. These both lead back to the stairway we just went through.
The far right one.
Both of the paths here like lead back to like this spot here. Also, it's interesting that the path seems to break on like certain bits, or it looks like they're supposed to go through. I'm not sure if that's just an aesthetic thing with the map or an actual like in-game thing, though. Did anyone touch the giant and possibly glowy gems?
Yes, those are the 2 in the middle of the maze have been lit.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure. It is very
Alright,
easy
so-
to get disoriented in there.
So working our way back out. But there is a continuation to the left at the left side of this maze.
So, Forrest,
And
as you open up that door, you see a big glowing globe of purple energy around that stone that's there.
Anybody that knows about magical religion, you guys want to handle this one? That shit freaks me out.
I will cast Detect Magic again to see if there's anything emanating in that area.
Oh, definitely. Lots of protection magic in that room. As well as a little bit of that gem light magic that you've sensed earlier. But huge amounts of protection magic in that room.
Okay. I will share that info with everybody. And so is this like, is there a dome over it or is it just glowing purple?
You see the gem in the middle? It's got a big, huge purple dome, energy, magical dome over the top of it.
Is there anything, let me see, do I have something in my inventory? I just want to test the dome. I will take like a copper piece and fling it at the dome.
You fling it at the dome, and as the copper tries to penetrate it, it's turned into copper dust and vaporizes and disappears to nothingness.
Oh, everybody do not touch the dome.
Found more doors that are closed.
Yeah, we got to find some way to deactivate that bit somewhere else.
So Saphi's starting to follow you, Richter.
Okay, are we all heading out of the maze?
They went back to the big room to the south and heading to the west, it looks like.
Alrighty.
Uh,
I'll motion for Heck that we're heading this direction to the west.
Yep, Hex is just making notes of what and where with big old piece of chalk in his hand as he goes.
this is an interesting room. It's
You
very
magic
square.
People, you magic people can look at this one too.
The square with circles.
Those 6 circles appear to be unlit lights.
All of them?
Yep, they're all unlit.
Hex will grumble and look around and think about whether or not this reminds him of any of the old temples back when he was a fair bit younger. Much, much younger.
So,
what
Richter,
is this
you
to the
see
north?
glowing beams of red energy crossing that hallway as from that open door.
Nope.
Just to confirm, I will fling a copper coin at one of those beams to see if it disintegrates.
Nothing happens whatsoever. It goes, hits the wall, bounces around a few times. Nothing happens.
Okay, but it doesn't go through; it gets bounced off.
No, it goes straight through and bounce. It hits the back wall.
Oh,
It went straight through, bounced off of this wall right here, and just kind of spins on the ground.
okay. So I'll share that with it. It definitely doesn't look like it's disintegrating like the dome thing did. But do we want to explore other areas first?
Oh,
Richter says he found a
you guys don't
bottomless
think
pit
it's
room.
dangerous?
Hex remember anything?
Hex does not remember anything. This is like totally crazy to you. This is like, it's so far in the past, it seems futuristic.
Oh, Felyn, how many levers were there?
There were 6.
He'll turn his head to look over confused and go, yes. Felyn, go pull one and then come back.
Oh, I'm gonna quickly. I'm gonna look in this room here to
Hex is going to watch these 6 lights.
Okay.
look up here to see if any of these change.
Felyn, as you do that, yeah, you clicked it. You know you've shifted the lever back to the other position based off of the blue light. The door that you just came through, Felyn, closed itself and locked.
Anything change with what Hex is watching?
Nothing with what Hex is watching.
And nothing
And
with
Felyn,
Emberly
as
with
you
her.
click it again, that door opens itself.
Hmm.
Seems like either we go through the mysterious red lights or we try to jump across possibly endless chasms.
When Felyn gets back, I'll walk through the lights.
I'll jump across the chasm.
Are we splitting up the party?
Is this
Just wait a
the
moment,
thing
Forrest.
to do?
Nothing. No, it
All
seems
right.
to you as you walk through that was an illusion.
Then he'll just go hit the thing.
And you should be able to walk by it. Yes, you did hit the thing. When you hit that thing, just a second. Let me go here. When you hit that thing, one of the lights in the square room lit up. The one in the southwest corner, this one lit up. It's kind of hard to see because everybody's got torches, but it actually lit up.
Does anybody tell Hex this?
Yeah, Emberly will run back and confirm that lit that one light. So, do we want to just draw that one is lit so we know?
Hex will pause. If he's been told this, he'll actually say, "Go back to the other ones and hit those and see if these lights change."
The other two?
The ones that we hit before, yes.
Emberly will run back and try to find those.
They're marked. X's are dead ends, diamonds are gemstones.
All right, so do I need to actually double click it again to?
Yep.
Yes.
You double clicked it in Emberly because nobody else is around you moving around. You heard a door shut.
Okay, I will come down to the other one and double click that.
You hear another door shut.
Okay, I'm gonna go back, try to see if I can figure out where the door shut. So I'm only gonna click it once because I'm expecting the lights to turn on. So I will trace back my steps. And did it close this door here?
That door is closed and locked.
Ooh. All right, then I will go back.
Any changes in the lights while all this is going on?
Not zero.
So I heard doors click on both.
Yep.
I'm going to click both again, open doors, and then I'll head back and let them know that I think these are try to doors. All right, so she eventually makes it, and she tells you that those gems seem to be tied to doors. It closed the door into the maze, and I closed another door somewhere else, so I clicked them again. Did lights turn on at all between now and when I came back?
No.
Okay, so it looks like some gems are tied to other things. So do we want to explore further through the illusionary light bands, or do we want to deal with the pits to the south?
Well, Forrest really likes to jump over big holes.
So,
Felyn, do you have any way to make his life easier? Or are we just taking bets on whether or not he falls?
Can we be safe and like put rope around his waist or something?
you could do that. What I will tell you that to make it from like where Forest is now to the ones that are 10 feet away is easy DC for your level, which is 13. To go the diagonal one to like right here from one of these two spots is a DC 15. A DC 15 to get to here. So it's DC 10, DC 15, DC 15.
So these are basically what, platforms?
Yes, they are platforms, and it looks bottomless underneath it.
Oof. Let's see. I think Emberly's got rope, but she probably like turns to Hex or someone else to say, "I don't think I'm going to be able to hold him if he falls, though."
And Forrest grabs a grappling hook and some rope and he ties it together, and he throws a grappling hook across to the 10-foot one, and then he ties the rope off to his waist. He's like,
Okay,
if
so
I undercut
as
it,
you
it'll at
toss
least
the
kill me.
grappling hook, you're tossing it past to try to hook it, right?
Correct.
As you toss it past, it lands level right here where it would be beyond the platform, but it lands level of where that platform would be.
So it's just
Like
floating.
an imaginary floor.
Maybe it could be like an illusionary floor that you can't see.
Forrest just kind of puts his foot out into the blackness right next to him to see if his foot kind of feels
So
something.
Forrest goes like this, closes his eyes, lets his foot go down, and hits floor.
All right, guys, I think we may be okay. And he's going to slowly put a little bit of more weight on it, just to make sure the floor doesn't like collapse until he like fully stands on it.
It supports your full weight. It's like it's a stone like the one you're standing on right now. Nothing happened.
I think we're good, guys.
While he's doing that, I just want to see, can I like use my chalk to draw on this, and will the drawing be visible?
Go ahead, try.
Alrighty. Let me grab just a little. Yeah. Why is the drawing tool being bugged?
You should be able to just hit the letter Q and it'll let you quick draw also.
Oh, I did not know that trick. Okay, Q. Yeah. Not what I meant, but yes, it works.
Yes. It is. It's like it's painted with that ultimate black paint that absorbs all light whatsoever. It looks like there's nothing there. I mean, Forrest, it freaks you out even though you know you put your weight on it. It still looks like it's not there and there's nothing there to support your weight. Except for that chalk mark that Richter put there. That kind of takes some of the queasiness away from you.
Even though Forrest is still gonna, every time he goes on a black square, he's gonna still be hesitant with his body weight stepping on it.
Okay. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to advance the clock like 5 minutes for the time you taking your time going across there. Say you spent a good 5 minutes, carefully making your way across, and you made it out without any issues.
So are we all following sort of the chalk path?
I've got a button over here. You guys want me to press it?
Is there any other doors? If not, yeah, press it and come back. We'll check
It
in the
looks like
room.
there's a longer hallway down here too.
She'll yell, push the button. I'm going to see if it turns a light on.
Turned on the southeast light.
Okay, then we're 2 for 6. I guess the question is, do we want to follow to go down the hall? Anyone afraid of heights?
I'm just gonna like go casually, but draw a little thing each time, so the entire floor just has scribbles on it.
Well, do we actually step on those spots to make sure that they're viable?
Forrest thoroughly checked it out in the 5 minutes he went across. He checked every little square just to make sure there weren't any holes.
Okay. So she'll yell back to Hex and Felyn that, like, okay, it looks like there's more places to go further down across the area. Shall we follow?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. We can't find anything sitting around.
Okay.
Ooh, shiny.
Richter, you see one of those gem light pillars just to the north of you there?
Oop. Did I click it right?
You double click it, it'll tell you something.
Okay. First time I interacted with one.
It lit.
Okay.
Got another door here.
And Richter, as you
Another
stepped in that
gem.
room, those lights around that pillar lit up, but the pillar did not.
Yeah, I'll let the others. Gotta share the buttons.
Yeah, there is a door next to you, Hex.
Oh, this is where the
you,
lasers
sir.
went.
And Richter, there's a door above you.
That's a hallway.
Well, if you need something killed, shout loudly, probably in pain. Felyn, do you still have those dice?
Huh?
I'm not smart enough to solve puzzles or mazes. But I am smart enough to take your money.
All right, Emberly, we found another light or gem. So
I found a bunch of doors.
we pushed 1, 2, 3, 4. Have we pushed 4 so far?
Yep, or
I
have been
pushed
lit.
too much.
All right,
Emberly,
heading-
there's one next to you that's not lit.
This one here?
Yep.
I will push the button. Okay, I think we need one more.
Richter, you see another door?
I see 2 buttons.
Are they like the big red ones?
Mm-mm.
What are those in that room to the
They
south?
look exactly like the lights on the hall in the top floor that were along the walls on the top floor.
Oh,
I just hit another light gun.
All right, do we think that's all 6?
Well, I hit 3.
Yeah, I think we've hit between all of us. We've hit 6. We should go back to the room and make sure all those lights are lit.
Are they lit?
what about that one thing that had the giant barrier?
That we don't know. Maybe lighting all 6 of the lights causes the barrier to drop.
Oh,
We'll sure make our way back to the room of 6 lights. Are all 6 lit now?
Yes, all 6 are lit.
All right. That's a good check. So then, should we go check the barrier to see if that's still up? Sorry about that.
The barrier does not appear to be up. You see a purple
Awesome.
circle on the floor, but the barrier is not up.
Huh. Well then.
Let's
Something
make our way
happened.
back
Just
to
a
the
second, Hex. Hex, can you step back out for a second? I need to see what goobered here. And let me. So step back into the hallway, into where the doors are, and then walk back in towards the circle. Let me do something really quick. Step back into the doorway. I'm going to make my token trap. There we
Put your
go.
left foot in. Put your
Now
left
try
foot
to
out.
go in. It's supposed to teleport you. Oh, I know why it didn't. So everybody go into that room. I know why I didn't teleport. Let me get Saphi up there too. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is everybody in the room? Nope, we're waiting on Felyn.
Felyn, what did that paper say?
Let's see. Now 6 gems to touch and activate the attunement room. Unlock the doors on the way. Enter the transport room in the north. To the library you will descend. And then lastly, we have touch the blue to travel to the core. The ancestors beckon you once more.
Alright, well, no one is allowed to touch the blue thing until we find the library, because I don't want Felyn to kill me in my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what I think it is to the right?
No, they're fluffy bunnies. Go hug them.
Yes, those are scythes going back and forth across the hallway.
Okay, so I want to make sure because from the angle it was a little hard to tell.
Yes, that's what they are. I didn't want to put any animations in for that type of stuff.
I understand.
They are moving.
They are moving. They are definitely moving.
Hey, there's a bunch of books in this room.
Seen a lot of illusions, so I'm going to fling another copper coin at one of them to see if it actually hits it.
Yes, it things on one of them. Yes.
Oh, those are real. Those are real.
You just like throwing away money, don't you?
I'm gonna start checking for texts and spell books.
Lots of books.
There are lots of books.
We want to search to see if there's any books of interest.
Hex just moves to the corner and he looks around and he rubs his eyes and shakes out his backpack so that it has room, and he just waits for Felyn to pick books to stuff in his bag. Come on, I know, it's your favorite holiday. Raid somebody else's library day.
They're not missing it.
You're not wrong. Hex will detect magic in the center of the library.
No, magic is from the four corners, from the four lit.
Sconces or whatever there.
Lights.
Do you want us to do any kind of seek or perception check to see if there's anything of importance?
I will be providing you something in just a moment.
Lovely.
Lovely jubbly.
And I will put it both in game chat and as well as Discord chat. Out of all of the books, there are lots of books in there. Some of them seem to be like children's primers, stuff like that. The others, there are about 20 of them that stick out. Some of them are in common, some are in Elvish, some are in Dwarven. Between the party, you are able to... these are the ones that stand out to you.
What language are the books from Thorman?
They're what?
The books that were written by this Storm guy, Storm Dragonheart. What language are the books in?
Storm Dragonheart. Those would be Dwarven.
Okay, so I know nothing.
So, there is Stormwind, Elvish, Dark Pact of Draven, Elvish, Moonshadow, Elvish, Firebrand, Dwarf, Blackthorn, Human, Silverleaf, Elf, Stormrider, Human, Greenleaf, Elf, Dragonheart, Dwarf, Stormbringer, Dwarf, Night Whisper, Elf, Raven Shadow, Elf, Iron Fist, Dwarf. You kind of get the idea. Most of them are Dwarf or Elf.
I'll just poke around through one of the ones that aren't in Dwarf or Elf because it would make as much sense as nothing to me.
So
Hex will pull the books by Seraphina Blackthorn and put them in his bag.
Okay. So I'm gonna find your token. Go. Even though they're in Dwarvish and Elvish and Common, the dialect is different than what is in use currently. So even though you can make out most of it. Some of it is still a little bit weird. So who took the Battle for the Crystal Throne by... No, let's see. The Rise of the Shadow King by Darian Stormrider. That's the one in common.
Sure, I'll take it.
Who was that?
Richter.
Okay. Need to select Richter. And I'm going to go... Oh. I was doing the typing in the wrong screen. So now if I select Richter, there. Oops. You took the Stormrider books.
Yeah, at least something that I have a chance to try to understand.
And that was Hex that took the Blackthorn books, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Heart in common, or is that in Elvish?
Blackthorn is Elvish.
Oh, the Dragon Heart.
The dragon one is Dwarf.
How much do the books typically weigh?
They're a light bulk each.
Do
So
these
one
books
bulk.
look?
It's 2 bulks for all 20 books.
Are these like rare, like stuff that?
These are titles that none of you have heard of before.
Technically, most books are rare in a time like this.
Yes.
Most of them have to be hand copied.
Yeah, especially because of all the libraries getting destroyed during the Rising. Having a room with this many books that are in fully intact shape is amazing.
So should we try to divide amongst ourselves to gather the books, and then the ones that we don't want, we could see if they're worth any value?
Okay. So between sessions, I will get you synopsises of all of these books. About the basic gist of them, and if you want to do more detailed reading beyond that, I'll come up with other stuff for you.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
ultimately, if we can, we'd like to collect all the books, and so the
Okay.
ones that people have interest, they'll keep. The others, we may decide to find someone else that has interest in them.
Hex watches the wizard leave the room and just goes with her. It's like, well, you made her mad.
So you've got 20 out of a couple hundred books in here.
Did you guys find any spell books that you guys were looking for?
Spell book? No.
I think the only person here who would recognize a spell book would be Felyn.
I mean, there was books that had words in them. So as far as the note, other than once we to the library you'll descend, we're looking for something blue to travel to the core.
Hex just points to the big blue crystal in the center of the room.
Are we all here? Oh, wait.
And then he points past it to all the pendulums.
Maybe that stops them from swinging. Are we ready to touch the blue gem? Nobody's opposed. She goes up and touches the gem. Ooh!
Let me guess, you heard that, Richter.
Yes.
Describe what you hear, because there's only a couple of you that can hear it.
Pretty much like electrical noises is building up.
And is it getting louder?
You see electrical sparks shooting across the room, inside that room, across the blades, after you hit that blue gem.
And did it do anything to the blades? Or are they
The
still
blades
there?
seem to be taking damage and slowing down.
Okay. Maybe we just wait a little bit to see they eventually get destroyed.
you're not going to see it in the picture, but the blades fall to the ground. The electric arc is still going.
I will push the gem again.
The arc is gone. The blades are on the ground.
Okay, so everybody go. I'll hold the guard the blue. I won't push the blue button.
These blades, can I like pick one up?
They're damaged. They're about 4 feet across. They're heavy. Yes, you can pick them up. It would be equivalent of like a war glaive for a giant, that size.
Oh yeah, no, I'll just leave it there. You guys coming?
Richter just zooms right across the room and no damage whatsoever. And then Felyn hits the button and everybody gets shocked. No.
Don't tempt me.
Tempt you? Okay.
We got more buttons.
There's always the urge to push the button.
That's why I didn't push it. That's just weird. What was that one part of the thing we read?
Did you touch that button, Forrest? No.
Yeah. So after
I
touching,
did, and then I turned it off because I heard electricity.
Okay, so Forrest touched a button. He turned it off because he heard electricity.
so the rest of the clue was touch the blue to travel to the core, and the ancestors beckon you once more. That was the last of the note.
There's a lot of doors.
There's a lot of gems.
Let's maybe check the doors before the gems.
So the door next to Forrest, those 2 doors do not appear to have a lock or handle like the one you guys had on the stairwell coming down before. Same thing with the 2 in the middle, or in the middle square. Those don't appear to have handles or any way to unlock them from the outside.
Okay, so it looks like we've got 4 gems, but all the doors, the 2 doors in the center, and then the doors to the north, don't have any kind of locking mechanism.
The doors on the right and the doors in the center don't have locking mechanisms. The doors to the north don't even have a lock. They're just got a doorknob. Same with the ones to the south, like where Richter's at.
Now, Forrest, when you pushed that first button, you heard lightning. Which direction did you hear it?
Pretty sure it sounded somewhat close, but I have no idea.
It was right at the gym. Is where he heard the sound.
Well, I don't know if we're at the core, but we don't have any clue on how to get to the core. And Emberly will share that there are 2 doors to the very far north that have knobs on them.
Yep.
Oh,
and it looks like they have now been opened and there's nothing in there. Little 5 foot by 10 foot little cubby with nothing in it.
Can I search inside there to see if there's anything unusual?
Sure. Go ahead and either do a perception or the seek action. The only thing unusual you find about that is the same thing you found about the rest of this area. 0 dust whatsoever.
Interesting. So here's a thought. I think based on what Forrest said, that when we push the gem, something electrical is going to happen. So we all don't want to be in the hall. I'm wondering if some of us go either into the hall back to the left or this little cubby up here to the north. We have one person push the gem and run into the hall. We see what happens if it like creates a bolt or something, or try to see what the lightning does, because lightning helped us the last time by getting rid of the glaives. Maybe it'll help us unlock one of these doors. What do you guys think?
I don't mind pressing it. I just didn't want to hurt anybody. That's why I quickly turned it back off.
Who is the fastest among us? Can anyone go more than 25?
I think the silence is your answer.
Okay. Well, that's what Emberly throws out as an idea, but I'm open to other ideas to see how we can progress.
I'm pretty quick. I can do 30.
Do we want to test out one of the gems and see what it does? What was to the south?
Another empty thing like on the north.
Gotcha. So somebody could theoretically...
I have pushed
hide
the
in it.
button to the north.
I'm going to hide.
There is electricity somewhere.
You pushed the button on the north.
I
You
did.
heard a click.
There is a crackling in my ears.
What if this is that you have to push them in the right order?
Could be. Or we have to push them all at the same time. We have no clue on anything about a specific order that we've understood. Is the crackling getting any louder?
No, it
No,
stopped.
It stopped. The crackling, when they did the ones that have the crackling is isolated at the gym. The ones on the west side crackle. The ones on the east side do not crackle.
And when we pushed them on the east side, did they do anything else?
You heard a click.
Okay.
The light lit up, and you heard a click.
We'll run by all the doors that don't have...
Middle doors are locked.
Did anything change after we clicked one of these east gems?
You'd have to go click the gym again.
Okay.
Somebody standing.
All right, so Hex pushing that button. I'm checking. Hey, this east door opened. She'll jump up and down happily.
There is only one button I have yet to push. Hex just kind of stares at it like SpongeBob looking at a picture of water.
Check the center doors to see if they open. Push the button.
When you push that button, Hex, Richter notices that the other door opens on the east wall.
Okay. So, at least
So you've
we
got
know
all
those
four. Let me verify this. Well, Hex just turned it back off. Somebody turned it back off.
How about now?
You have 2 broken gems. You have 2 locked doors. You have 2 good gems that unlock the right-hand doors.
I have a really stupid question. Can we move the gem out of the socket into the other socket?
You're sure welcome to try.
That's all I need to hear. Are these like doors with actual like handles, or is it just like inlaid?
Those doors are the ones that are magically
Okay.
shut. We're gonna do this.
It's a dead end in here.
That's what you think.
Oh no, they're all dead.
It is a dead end. We'll call it that. I would like you guys to all roll initiative.
Yay!
ready.
And I have to get find out what I did with Sophie.
She's dead.
So I'm gonna roll Sophie. I'm gonna roll my NPCs.
I hope they're little gemlings.
I petition for more NPCs.
And we're gonna do this. We've got all of those. So I can click this button. And we're going to go to the point that caused the initiative to happen. Close. Right here. I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to hit
Oh
Z.
no.
Z. I'm going to move you for a second, Hex.
Whatever you need to do.
We're going to do this. The reason why you guys went into initiative is because you felt a chill touch reach out and touch, felt chill come in and touch you, try to touch you. Miss. And it's going to try to touch you again as you step back out of the way and misses again. And that is the end of its turn. The next one is here. I click on it. Just need to figure out which one I need to expose. It reaches out towards Emberly, trying to touch you. Does hit you with void damage. And then it is going to try to use Grip of Fear. You feel the race hand inside your chest trying to grab your heart. Please roll that saving throw, Emberly.
All right.
Ooh, you saved. It feels horrifying, that touch that it had touching you. And that is its turn. And it brings us up to Emberly.
So I will start by trying to figure out what the heck this is. So do you want me to do recall knowledge from the macro or from...
From the macro bar, target the thing you're attacking, and then from the macro bar.
All right. And I got to pick a question. So we know that it's going to be a wraith. I get that for free, right? Then I just pick one of these questions.
Yep. As long as you succeed, you'll get that it's a wraith. But
all right, let's roll that.
Specifically, all damage except for vitality, it is double. Plus, it's incorporeal, it's undead, it's unholy. It is a wraith. It is immune to death effects, paralyzation, and precision damage. You got that from your crit success.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so that was one action to recall knowledge. I am not feeling very comfy here, so I am going to stride away. The game is still paused.
Oh, sorry.
So I'm going to move back here for my second action, and for my third action, I will... let's try another recall knowledge, see if I can get any other goodies on them. So we know they got some immunities. We know they've got resistances. Let's try to find their weakest saving throw.
Seems almost like they're trying to grab you and wrap you up in their robes. And you don't remember anything on that one.
Okay, that was my third action. I will pass my turn.
That brings us up to Felyn.
Wait, why didn't I get my turn?
Because we didn't start at the
We
top of
didn't
the
start
turn
at the
order.
top.
Oh.
We started with the wraiths attacking.
Oh,
Hex that
sneak
went in.
around. Sorry.
Yeah, we started with the race that did that initiated the combat. Felyn, nice thing there. It succeeds. And it took no damage.
And I'm assuming I will share with everybody what I discovered with my recall knowledge, so that you guys can understand what their weaknesses are.
All right, I'm done.
Okay, let me move that over. The button's getting too small for me. That brings us up to Sophie, who's in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure she heard Emberly scream. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And she makes it just north of where Richter is, and that's the end of her turn, and bringing us up to Forest.
Yeah, Forrest is just gonna move towards the. That'd be 30. Then he's just gonna charge in with a sudden charge, and swing away.
Okay. Crit. Boom.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Hex.
Hex is going to shout some very loud words in a language that no one here understands, and his mace is just going to cover in a dark red swirling script. And then he's going to bring his mace low and swing high.
It's a hit. That one that you hit, it's not like a regular body. When it dies, it just disappears into a mist.
And that's 3 actions.
That brings us up to Richter. Will be your turn.
Alrighty, so let's see. I see that right now they mentioned vitality, so I'm going to take a very stupid idea possibly and try this. I want to do the healing spell using all 3 action dips.
Okay.
So it's like the 30-foot range.
That's correct.
Let's see. I'm not trying to do it.
It is 30 feet away from you.
Yeah, I want to hit everyone with this energy since I do see some friends are hurt also.
So I would probably go in about 10 feet.
Hold on. The only people that are hurt within 30 feet. Because Forest is fine according to the
fine,
thingy.
yeah. So the only ones that are hurt are like within 30 feet of you also right now.
Okay, so I should just target them and we're good?
Yeah, target the 3 of them. Yeah, the monster and those 2.
Okay. It gives me like 3 off. Heal versus undead, heal versus living, and just heal. I just assume I do the third one?
Do the third one. Go ahead and
Okay.
click the roll damage healing.
Rolling. Do I need to place the mission, or
No,
I don't think it's needed?
I am so Emberly and Hex. Go ahead and heal yourself. Actually,
I clicked it. Sorry.
Yeah,
For me.
it-
Yeah.
okay, I understand
You-
why. And then the Wraith is going to roll his saving throw and miss and take damage. It took damage from your heal spell.
Yay! I did something useful.
Hex, describe
You-
what they see when he casts your spell.
Oh my god.
Yeah, as you cast that spell and it washes over everyone else, Emberly's wounds knit, the Wraith is struck and is damaged, and you see Hex kind of brace behind his shield, and you see a large portion of his face has an ugly red scar or burn on it, more like a chemical burn than sunburn, but he looks more than a little annoyed.
Didn't know people could be allergic to that.
Emberly sort of like gasped out loud, almost like, "What?"
We will talk about this later.
And seeing what just happened and knowing where that energy came from, the Wraith is going to go right next to you, Richter. And
I need an adult of a higher
Strike.
caliber.
you may go ahead and do that, Forrest. Same thing with you, Hex, if you want to.
I don't think I have reactive strike.
Or you don't.
Oh,
Forrest does.
hell yes,
though.
Forrest.
Oh,
Hell yes, Forrest. Go ahead and click down critical.
Wham, wham, wham.
One.
wait.
It took no damage.
Oh, damn.
That is the most tragic nat 20 I've ever seen.
So
That is the
now
worst
it
one you
is
have.
reaching out at you with its touch. It's reaching towards your chest right now, Richter.
I have a
Yes, bad touch. And you feel it as it touches you. It feels almost like its hand is going through you. You can feel it in your heart as it tries to grasp you. Go ahead and roll a saving throw.
Where do I?
It's up at the just above where it says basic will.
basic. Yeah.
Are you talking in the chat or on the
In
bottom
the
left?
chat, it
Yeah.
says Grip of Fear. Inside Grip of Fear's description, you will see a box that says Basic Will. Click the box.
There's no box that says basic will for me.
Okay, how about now?
Oh, now it shows up.
Do you have a hero point?
Oof.
Can I use a hero point?
Yes, you should be able to. Right click on that
Alright.
8.
Yep, and reroll using hero point.
Nat 1. Oh, Jesus.
Well done.
It's slightly better, but it is not a crit fail.
This thing eats your soul.
Well, I'm dead.
Not yet.
You're
Oh, yep.
unconscious.
Yeah, he's down.
And that will be the Wraith's turn. Emberly,
Okay.
you notice
so-
Richter fall after healing you.
Yes. So I am going to, and realizing I don't want to do what he did to Heck, I'm going to target him, and I will cast a heal. But I think I can do a 2-action heal directly on him.
You should be able to.
So I'm going to do a heal versus undead. Let me roll my damage first, or you do the save?
Go ahead and roll damage, and then because it's half half of them are one way, half are the other. Go ahead and roll damage, and if I need to go back and click to save, I will.
Oh God.
It failed.
Crit failed.
It crit failed. So it is going to not only take damage, it'll take double damage.
Woo, 2.
A whole 2.
I wish I could hero point damage dice.
That was holy damage, correct?
That definitely was.
So it should have taken
Vitality.
4 because it's double.
Yeah, if he's vulnerable to it.
Let me make sure if he's vulnerable. No, he's not vulnerable to it. So I will go ahead and get him back to what he. Okay.
He only took 2, so he didn't take extra.
Yep. So there you go. He took 2.
Okay. So that was 2 actions, and let's see, Richter. I will try and battle medicine you with my 3rd action. Do a treat wound, battle medicine. You shall live to fight again, and that is my 3 attack.
So Richter, go ahead and apply that.
Alrighty. I don't feel good, Mr. Stark.
You are still prone, and all your equipment's on the ground. And that brings us up to Felyn. You hit.
That's 3.
Okay. It is now Sophie's turn. I am trying to. That one won't help her. Trying to see if any of these. Those won't help. She is going to target. And crit fish. Missing once. Twice. She hits the second time. Not doing enough damage to do it. And she missed the 3rd time. So that will be Sophie's turn. Bringing us back to Forest.
Force is just gonna sudden charge straight at the guy.
Okay. What? Ooh.
I'm just not having a good time.
And it disappears
Oh.
as you make that strike.
I didn't think he was even going to be touched because that was lower damage than my crit. That didn't do anything.
Yeah, I've been looking back at that crit, wondering why it did no damage. It should have done some damage. But both of those things have whisked away.
My guess is, like, I don't... Because it's not precision damage, but are they immune to crit or something?
I just
Because they're
deleted them.
incorporeal?
Let me open up the character sheet once more. It says immunities: bleed, death effects, disease, paralyze, poison, precision, unconscious. Resistance, all damage too, except for force, ghost touch, spirit, or vitality. Double resistance versus non-magical. And that double resistance versus non-magical should have made it resistant 4, but you did more than 4 damage, so it should have taken some damage.
Yeah, that seems.
I
like
think 6, because I think I rolled 10 damage overall.
Yeah, so it still would have been alive for the attack on Richter, but it would have been a lot easier to kill it this time.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And that is a Hex did a heal spell.
I will spend 10 minutes trying to treat Richter's wounds.
Okay.
I taste purple.
So Richter, go ahead and take that, and you've got that. So I'm going to go 5, 10. You are.
I'm at full health.
You gain the dying condition while wounded. You increase it up by the wounded. Blah, 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 blah. If someone treats wounds with you, so you are no longer wounded.
Yep, I should have got rid of it with my treat wounds.
I'll stand up and grab all my stuff.
So you stand up. You are no longer prone. And the only thing left on you are your testicles and your battle medicine immunity and your treat wounds immunity.
That's acceptable. It still tastes purple, though.
Okay.
I'll need to do another 10 minutes on myself, but while we're waiting, Emberly's going to go like, so Hex, anything you care to share with the party?
Not particularly.
So let me just make a note in my book that you don't ever want me to cast heal on you in the future. Is that correct?
That would be correct. And no, before you ask, and he'll reach down and grab your hand, and he'll actually shove it up against his neck where you can feel a perfectly normal pulse.
Okay. Good enough. Good to know.
He'll let you go. And to shake himself out, and he goes, I would prefer not to be caught in that kind of activity again.
Well, now I know I won't do it, and I'm sure Richter knows better. I will need to spend another 10 minutes on myself if we have time, if people want to search or do anything else. I want to get out of this cold hallway.
Yes.
Are you immune to all treat wounds or just your own for the moment?
I'm not immune to any of treat wounds on myself. I haven't done it to myself. So anybody plus myself can treat my own wounds. But if you give me the immunity, then I can't treat myself. So is your medicine good?
Mm-hmm.
I will happily...
I have lots of these.
You can't do it twice.
Well, that'll be 2 no's then.
Because now we'll have to wait an hour for me to try to do that again.
His treat wounds is as high as yours, or close to it. Very close to it.
Okay. Yeah, eventually when we get continual recovery, that'll make a huge difference, and it'll drop that timer to 10 minutes.
And once we get to continual recovery, we'll take care of any weird conditions and persistent damage. Then after that, we will just kind of figure out advancing the clock, how much we would have to do it to get everybody healed up.
Yeah. No, we're both clerics.
Gotcha. Well, if we want to do some other stuff, she'll wait. I want to save my other 2 spells in case we need it in combat on the other party members. But she'll stay at her injured self if there's anything else we want to continue doing.
Hex will just park it against the wall for now.
I want to search the area where this cave-in is.
It appears to go back further. You can't... I mean, it's caved. You would need an excavation team in here to unblock that. But it goes back
I don't know if there's
further,
anything there.
And you don't know if that is the path that they were talking about, or where it says the ancestors beckon you once more. You don't know if the core is in the middle section or if that's the core to the right.
Well, I got nothing then.
Well, is there? So we know those other 2 gems are broken. Is there any way we could try to recall knowledge on them to see if there's a way to repair them? Like, I don't know if that would be like
It
a
would
crafting
probably
thing, or-
take a nat 20 on an Arcana recall knowledge for something that has not been around in the last 262 years.
Well,
So you're saying there's a chance?
There is a chance, but it would have to be somebody that has a high arcane recall knowledge.
Well, that is not me. Who's our arcane person? I assume that's Ravina, Felyn, right?
Let me go to the character sheet.
Yeah, 6. Somebody has 8. Who has 8?
Oh, that would be Saphi again.
Ah, so
The
glad we
little-
brought her along.
That's why we brought her along. So she's going to come over. She is going to think hard about this.
Oh crap, she's got the debuff. I was going to try to give her guidance.
And she is going to try to recall knowledge. And she is short.
But what about the roll?
The roll was good. It was an 18. She would have needed the 20 to turn the failure into a success, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, she got.
I know. I was making a joke on heights.
Yeah. It's close. It's like she plays around with it, activating it, deactivating it. It's like there's something physically broken that she does not understand with the mechanism.
All right, so looking as far as the map, I don't see any other like doorways or passageways that we missed, and we searched at the end of this collapsed thing, so there doesn't look like there's anything we can dig out there, right?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Okay, and as far as the doors in the center, there's no locks or anything. They're just a door.
They're just a door, and from what you've seen from the rest of this temple, or whatever this dwarven thing is, something magical would have to happen to have those things open.
Okay, I am going to just test something out. I tell people to stay here, and I want to run back over to our blue button, and I'm going to leave these doors open to the end so I can, but I want to push the button again and see if that does anything other than what we know it's going to do in the hall.
Okay. Go ahead and press
Ready
the
to push?
button.
Okay.
It just makes electrical sparks in the hallway.
Darn. Okay.
They would
Any
probably
of our
hurt or tickle a little bit.
looking at the names of our books, is there anything in there that would be interesting to see that talks
So if
about
we're looking at the names of your books, no, not out of those books. Nothing in those would probably tip you off about making them operate. There may be mention in the books about gem activated doors and stuff like that, but not how they physically operate.
And did we see any writing or anything on these walls, doors?
Nope. The only writing you saw in this entire place is within the books that you got in the library, the slip of paper that you got, and on the throne on the second floor or first floor.
I have 2 dumb ideas.
It's better than no idea.
Option 1, we could try zapping the crystals that aren't working. Maybe they'll work.
Does anyone have like a electricity type of spell? Like your electric arc, maybe?
I'm willing to try. The other option is if we need more power behind it. Well, I have an idea, but I'm not sure it'll work.
Well, maybe try the electric arc first, and if that yields nothing, then maybe we try your second idea.
Sure. Please make sure I don't die is my only request. I don't want to taste purple for my afterlife.
Hey, I brought you back once. I can do it again.
Alrighty, so electric arc. I'm trying it towards the nearest one.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag a bandit out, because that'll be about this. I'd like you to target it and do your electric arc. You hit the door, and it's like you feel the hairs on your arm, kind of be attracted to the door as the arc's there, and then they kind of settle back down.
No, I was targeting the gem.
Or the gem?
Yeah, I was saying at a distance, obviously.
Oh, for the gem, that top gem that you're targeting right there?
Yeah, that one.
When you target the gem and you hit it with the electric arc, it goes out.
And no change on the doors below.
No change on those doors.
And if I hit it again...
Go for it.
Zap.
Nothing.
Well, I tried. The only other idea I have is if we want to try turbocharging this, but I'm not sure we can do that.
How do you propose to turbocharge it?
Well, we have the remains of those size from the hallway. We can sort of daisy chain them down.
Just a second. That was not supposed to happen again.
It worked!
I thought I got rid of the tag.
Not bad.
Yeah, try it again for us to see if it'll light back up. It should not light back up now. Nope. Forrest tried it, and it does not light back up.
Okay. Well, I got nothing then. And other than my stupid idea of trying to chain all the electricity together to see if we overload it through that gem. And then cause the doors to blow off.
Forrest just smashed the door with his hammer over and over and over again, trying to bust it down.
How much time would you spend doing that?
5 minutes.
Okay.
After that, you'd probably start to get a little exhausted.
Weeks. 5 weeks.
You spend 5 minutes, and the only difference that you notice is that your maul is getting nice and shiny on the end that you've been hitting against the door.
Well, that doesn't fucking work.
Any
It's
other
getting pretty,
idea?
though.
Did we detect magic to see if there's anything magical about the doors?
Oh, they're 100% magic.
Can I try to read the aura on the doors to see if there's anything special about them?
Very arcane. You would recognize it just as a more powerful version of what you keep your little diary locked with when you were learning how to cast spells.
So like some kind of arcane lock.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I don't think I know of any way to remove an arcane lock at our present level. Is there any other ideas people have, or do we want to try to backtrack and see if we missed something? Did we actively search along like the walls around this center area to see if there's maybe any other kind of lever, panel, or kind of mechanism?
Anybody who wants to do that can do a seek or a perception check.
I will say that out loud, and then I will try seeking myself.
Can we read what's written in Arcane?
What do you mean? Read what's written in Arcane.
Above that locked door, can we read it?
Let me go back to you. There's nothing written in the locked door. It's just arcane energy was the magic he sensed. Yeah, the only writing you've found is the books, the note, and the engraving by the throne.
Emberly just called out to other people, like, try searching along the wall to see if there's like a lever or a panel or some way to release the door.
Just gonna touch that blue gem in that hallway again to see if something changes in the room.
Nothing seemed to have changed in the room.
Any other ideas? Assume my search didn't yield anything of importance.
What's the Dwarvish word for beckon?
Can I try to remove this bottom left switch out? Like just pick it up and toss it?
The gem?
Yeah.
It's embedded inside a little pedestal. It's kind of like the one that was embedded in the wall that Emberly tried to take out. You're free to try to take it out if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to. Should I roll athletics or something?
Yeah, athletics would be fine. Or, yeah. Sure.
Question about this room to the south of the blue gem. We have what are these glowing things at the bottom here?
Those are just lights like they were along the wall in the first floor.
And they're embedded in whatever these stone things are?
They're embedded in there.
And if I just go up and like touch them, do they change off on it all? Or
nope. You Forrest, you pry out. It definitely pops out. As soon as it pops out, it turns off, and there's nothing you can do to get it to turn back on.
I'll walk over and hand it to Felyn and see if she can figure out what the heck it is, if we can fix it.
Okay, I'm going to click on Felyn.
It's a broken switch.
So, like, can you make it work again, or?
No, you broke it.
I mean, it was already broken, wasn't it?
Does any of you guys have a background of sailor? Forrest, you do, don't you?
No, I'm a farmer.
Farmer. Okay. Anybody have background with sailor?
no, sir.
Okay.
Unless I was a medic on a ship somewhere.
Yeah. I was trying to see if there's any other thing I could get you.
Yeah, so I'm stumped other than it's an arcane lock. Not quite sure how to repair the broken gems on this end, which I think were originally triggered to the door mechanism, so I don't...
The only thing you can get out of it is that you would need more powerful magic to bust those doors open, or have somebody have some way to fix that pedestal, that gem pedestal.
And do we even know what it would take to fix it? Is it like arcane kind of crafting or just mundane crafting?
Definitely probably be arcane type of crafting.
Well, maybe we need to come back at another time.
Can I try to trick the pedestal?
Trick magic?
Yeah. Because from what I understand, I know what it does. It's meant to just be a simple act, like an act. It's meant to work in sequence with the other buttons to be able to open those doors, at least from my understanding.
Go ahead and try. I would like you to,
Ready? How do I roll for this?
I'm going to try to see what we can do here. Let me get on your screen. Open up your character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And on the main page, I would like you to... Will it let me? Nope. Go to skills.
The trick magic I am saying I do have it under my actions.
So go ahead and do it under your action. Just see what that pops up. Go ahead and pick one of those: Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion. Probably Arcana.
Okay. Let's see what happens. So close to rolling on a 20.
So you're at the top one. As you're trying the trick magic, the door next to Felyn starts buzzing a little bit.
Okay. Can I try to rush down to the other one and attempt that one also?
Sure.
Come on. Work.
Yep.
Alrighty. And I'll roll Arcana again.
Each of those attempts took about 15 minutes apiece.
Okay.
When you did the bottom one, even with the gem out, the door next to Hex was buzzing. You're in the
Hex
same...
will grab it while it's buzzing and push really fucking hard.
Doesn't budge. You're in the same condition as with the recall knowledge to try to fix it. You would need a nat 20 on that check to turn a success into a failure. I mean, a failure into a success. At 15 minutes a check. Or until you broke all your implements because you got frustrated.
Yeah, I got nothing then. I've tried. Like, the only other idea I have is trying to shoot acid at the door. And I have a feeling, based on previous attempts, that things won't work. Can I just try asking the door politely to open?
Sure. More than happy to try. Certainly try.
At this point, I'm more doing it for the memes.
Yep.
Please open.
In your magical, mystical, non-arcane spell casting, the door does not open.
Well, I've tried everything I can think of.
Hex yawns and looks over at Felyn and goes, "Ale?"
Sounds good.
Do 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 do. Getting a beer. How about you?
Are you all heading out?
So
We
if
got
you are
no
all
other
heading-
ideas.
If you're all heading out, I'm going to bamf you to the second floor. You all made it into that room and you were teleported up top here.
I wonder if the buttons that were up here that didn't do anything are working now.
Those two buttons still, you try to touch them, they don't do anything.
Okay.
Looks like we're all bamfing to the first floor. So Emberly, once you make it there, I will activate that scene. Those that are on the first floor, please wait before you explore.
Okay, I will.
Emberly there. Okay. You guys came out of the stairs. When you get... Wait, don't go up. Don't go up yet. When you get to that central area, right where Hex is, you guys see the ghost again. He's looking right at you.
Emberly will beckon to her, I guess, in common. Do you know how to get past the door to the core?
All she says to you, without moving her lips, all of you, internal, with your most preferred language, whatever that happens to be, hear the same thing translated. We were defeated once before. Don't let us be defeated again. Take my blessings from the throne.
Should we go examine the throne?
And then she disappears.
At this point, we might as well see what happens. Yep, that's a throne.
That's the throne. Emberly and Richter, you see two pendants on the throne.
Yoink.
All right, I'll grab the other one.
Sapphire. I call dibs on the scale.
So, one is a scale. Let me read both of those really quick. They should have popped into items. Why they didn't, I don't know. Let me go back to Revalia items. One of them, I should have left them mystified, but she would have told you, the ghost would have told you, one is the pendant of divinity. It is a radiant pendant fashioned from a sacred crystal on a chain. You can activate it for 2 actions. Interact with it. It casts protection from evil. Frequency 4 times a day. Regain all charges each day at dawn. The other one, the Sapphire Scale. It is the palm-size scale made from the hide of a sapphire dragon. When placed on top of a treasure map, sea chart, atlas, or other flat geographical model, the scale reveals any hidden notes on the map that can aid the reader. As long as you have a suitable map to use with the scale, you also gain a +1 survival check to sense direction. So if there's any invisible writing or secret notes or anything on any map, globe, or anything like that, the scale will help you find those.
Man, this would be a perfect time for our investigator.
So you guys are free to take those.
As far as the pendant, is anyone else interested in that?
What? Let me I'm able to open up what the items do, so I can see what it does directly.
Yeah, you can go ahead and I'll paste those into chat really quick. Back to where I got them from.
In
Control C. Control. Make sure I don't have anybody selected. Control V. So that is the Pendant of Divinity. And I'll do this, and I'm going to put it in loot of Discord. And then I will open up the other one, the Sapphire Scale. I'll copy the text. Control C. Control V. Go there. We are going to go print screen. And do this. Go to Discord.
So, yep. So one of the items basically gives protection from evil, so it's basically less likely they get hurt from anything that's evil or whatnot. And the other one basically makes it easier to find stuff. And not get lost also.
The pendant Emberly's interested in, but also wants to see if like Hex or I don't know if anyone else has got a desire for that.
I feel like it'd be more useful for people who are on our front line. For instance, if they get hit by something evil, they're less likely to be hurt.
Well, they have to use the 2 actions to command it to do that, and you can cast protection on anybody. So whoever has it could pass it on to them if they need to be. So it's not.
You make a valid point.
But I am open to if like Hex is on the front line, and if he wants that, then I would yield it to him. Does the divine energy cause you any weirdness?
No, it shouldn't. Oh yeah, if you're offering it, he'll take it.
If anyone's trained in survival, they should take the scale. Because right now, it's better that than nothing to help them a bit.
Let me look here.
Hex is going to collect all the necklaces.
Survival, Hex is the one that's trained. So you guys ready to leave the temple?
I think we are just trying to decide who gets the necklaces, but I think
Okay.
we're heading out.
Just a second, and I will be able to bamf you again.
Hex, do you want both, or do you want one or the other over?
Hex will point to the sapphire scale, and he goes, "I'm far more interested in that. If you gave the other necklace to anybody, it would be to Forrest or Felyn. Probably Felyn. She's far more familiar with magic than the woodcutter."
I don't need it.
There's your
I'll take
answer.
it then.
And you
I'd
guys...
be more interested in the soft bed, a good drink.
Guys, bamf back to the... Or you take the stairwells back out to the ruins. It is... sun is set. Doran and your guard, looks like they set up a little campfire, keeping watch while you were gone.
If we have a chance before we sleep, I would want to spend 10 minutes to try to treat my wounds now that the debuff is worn off.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Is investment basically just like the attunement system for this?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. I will But I get a 14. I need a 15. Crap.
You can hero point that.
Yeah, we're at the end of the day. Let me try that. Yeah, baby.
There you go. That's much better.
It looks like it doesn't reroll the stats, but the is that 4 die 8, I guess, for a crit?
Yep.
Just rolled 4 dice 8 by itself, and I guess I will heal that for 17.
Yep. So go ahead and click your heal, and you should be everybody pretty much looking like they're hunky dory. So my question is, does the party desire to stay here? It's 7 o'clock at night. You can get back to town by 8:15-ish, or you could stay the night here. It's up to you guys.
I say we push to town. It's not going to get us too late.
Okay, so I will advance the clock an hour and 10 minutes. And once everybody gets here, you arrive in Konda at about 8:15 at night. Doran is ecstatic that he is back in town. Doran and the City Watch guy had the couple hours you guys were down in the Dwarven ruins, sitting and talking. During your do you guys what are you guys talking about on your way back? Anything you guys want to talk about before I go into what happens when you get to the city?
Horace
I
is
mean,
just
other
kind
than
of bummed about him not being paid for finding a relic.
I'd be asking Emberly if there's a way to get rid of the purple taste in my mouth.
Purple taste.
do you still have a purple taste? What does purple
Yeah.
taste like?
Like, it's hard to describe. Purple's the best description. It's not like grape flavored either.
She tells you to sleep on it, and if it still bothers you in the morning, then we'll try to figure out something.
Okay.
I'm just glad we were sent to find you, we found you, and everybody gets a happy ending.
The City Watch guard takes you to City Hall, where you guys met to originally get your jobs. He brings your party and Doran inside. While he goes and finds the people he needs to see, he takes you to the equivalent of the governor's audience chamber. Waiting in there, you see 3 individuals you have never seen before. You see an orc. Actually, you guys have seen him. He is the head of the City Watch. His got a semi-unpronounceable name in Orcish, but everybody calls him Fred. You see a middle/aged, kind of hard to tell elf. And you see somebody looks kind of flamboyant, kind of wearing really, really nice clothing. Definitely has the air of money to him sitting there. After a few minutes, the guard watch comes in with Elder. No, that's not her name. With High Chancellor. No, this is Governor Alara. I have to have the right city. This is Governor Alara. She is in charge of the city of Boba and the surrounding areas. The guard talks to Fred and says, points to the three of you that were helping him in the that he was helping in the clearing, and goes, "Sir, we need more like them. They skeletons all over the place. They took them out." And then the elf looks at Doran and goes, "Doran, where have you been? We were expecting you back around 2:00 this afternoon." And Doran goes, I was kidnapped." And Governor Lara points to all of you, wide open arms, and goes, "Well, can you guys please explain what's going on here?"
Sounds to me like one small group of us was sent off to investigate rumors of a ruin and encounter trouble, and myself, Felyn, and just myself and Felyn really were sent to go find them when they didn't check back in. Richter followed behind us and got himself entangled as well. We found Doran trapped in a sack after being abducted by members of the, what was it, the Crimson
Red
Stabbies,
Red Runner.
the Scarlet Tiptoers, and
Based on this description,
Well,
they were higher ups.
As soon as you beat around the bush with the red runners, Fred's eyes start to glow with severe hatred. "What? They're back?" And you can continue.
yes, they're back. I was unaware they'd ever left.
So Alara goes, "So you're telling me that you guys were hired today to clear the roads. You took out, how many skeletons did you guys take out?"
8.
8 skeletons. You saved one of our alkalites. Didn't you send guard with her?" As she talks to Fred. And Doran goes, yeah, they got killed when the bandits took me." Fred looks towards the back of the room where there's 2 guards standing side by side. He nods, at the doors. He kind of uplifts his head as he's looking at them, and both of them leave the audience chamber. Anything else? Did you discover anything else while you were gone?
A set of ruins, dwarven in nature, very old, pre-rising, that need to be further investigated. We made it fairly deep down. There's some chalk marks that'll lead you through, and a quick consult with anyone here will reveal the nature of some of the devices within. We got as far as we could before we had to turn back. There is a series of switches and large magical gems that need to be activated in certain areas, and a large blue one that shouldn't be touched under any circumstances, as it causes the adjacent room to erupt in, well, I'd like to say lightning, but it's static and vicious. So you have been pre-warned ahead of time, and that is all we have to report, apart from an obscenely large library of ancient handwritten books that I'm sure you'll all appreciate very
As
much.
soon as you say the word library, that guy stands up and goes, "What? Books? You're not just talking like bits and pieces. You're talking full-blown books, full-blown library."
Hex nods and points to Felyn and goes, "Our resident reader is here." And Felyn, how many were down there?
I don't know, Richter. How many you pull out?
20.
There were far more than 20 books down there, Richter.
Well, we grabbed 20 that we brought with us.
I'm not Richter. I mean, that's not Richter.
There were at least 200 books down there that you guys went through.
Yeah, Hex just waves his hands around as the wrong person answers his question, and numbers are tossed around, and he goes, a couple hundred, maybe more. Several shelves full of various titles that look like this. And he'll draw one of the books out of his own bag and toss it on the table in front of him. Whole books, cover to cover.
That guy is salivating right now.
I'm sure the news is good, and I am certain that while it might be in poor taste, a finder's fee is probably called for.
Oh, he goes, yeah, most definitely. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dorian Gray. I am the leader of the Sunfired Heralds. We've been tasked with preserving ancient lore. We do a lot of collaboration with the Wardens of the Deep Dark. You say hundreds of books.
150, 200, maybe a little more.
He looks at the governor kind of questioningly. She nods at him. How would you like to become permanent members of the Wardens and the Heralds? It's nothing. Yes, you guys deserve a reward. We will give you the reward for what you've done today. But we can put you on permanent retainer. What it entails is that any time that you have selected to undertake one of the, what shall we say, mysteries that we're trying to investigate, you're on retainer. Each person gets 3 gold a day to take care of their living expenses. And upon the completion of any such mission, the party gets a minimum of 200 gold for each successful completion. And with that, looking at that, you have brought back a kidnapped alkalite, and you've discovered some ancient ruins. Again, Governor, if I'm not speaking out of turn, they should get the payment for at least solving 2 mysteries up front. And she nods. And I have added 400 gold to your party stash.
Hex will look around the room and goes, is anyone here uncomfortable with the idea of myself negotiating the terms of acceptance here?
Emberly will just nod her head and sort of just wave for him to continue.
I myself am...
That's fine, Hex, but I'm no herald. I'm a wizard.
Absolutely. I'm prepared to accept on the offer for permanent membrance in the Wardens of the Deep on the 2 conditions. First, access to the Warden's current library regarding divine and arcane tomes. Second, access to any information regarding demonic incursions as per pre-rising occurring currently.
Okay. Some of the information that you seek is held within the main library in the city of Konda. Other information I can get to you by the morn. The access to the libraries, we'll need until tomorrow morning to get all the paperwork submitted and passes made for you. I find that agreeable.
Any other requests or needs? He asks as he looks around at the others.
Emberly will sort of jump out. Yeah, me too. Yeah, and same thing.
Felyn?
I appreciate the offer, but as I've said, I'm not a herald. I'm not a bookkeeper. I'm a wizard.
Absolutely. Your access to the library isn't contingent on you joining. It's an unconditional caveat to my joining along with the rest of the party.
With your emphasis that you've been making about, hey, I'm a wizard, I'm not a herald or a warden. Let me find it. Trust me, we have other contacts that are more than available. Once you guys make it to Conda City, I can provide you a letter of introduction to Archmage Selvik Thorn, the leader of the Arcane Wardens. The library that he points to Hex that he's looking for, yes, that has the historical knowledge, but the Archmage has library upon library of arcane knowledge that we've been able to recover.
That'll do.
It sounds like we just need quills, ink, and some proper well-made parchment.
Returned in the morn. Make it about 8:30. Give us time to get the scribes to get everything done. He counts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He reaches into his pocket and he grabs out 18 more gold. Here's your daily stipend. Get yourself a room. Rest.
Heck.
And meet us back in the morn.
Hex will take his and he'll look at him and he'll go, make sure the scribes leave room for yearly renegotiations. Have a good night.
And with that being said, this is where I will end the session this time. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream and then want to have a quick discussion.